back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Goal! Go to deflection. The Andover Huskies win their first state championship.
Hey, welcome everybody. QCTV and QCTV.org. Pleased to bring you a classic dual wrestling meet tonight, but we're going to do some JV and varsity tonight on the mat. It is going to be the Coon Cardinals taking on the Anoka Tornadoes in the battle for the golden shoes. Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Anderson, joined alongside Ryan Nelson, Kane, and Rhino. We're going to start with the JV folks tonight, get a chance to look at some of the young wrestlers for both teams. And we will then move up to the varsity guys tonight. This should be a fantastic night of wrestling.
Absolutely. It's senior night tonight. We get the battle for the golden shoes. We've got these JV guys looking for experience and a little bit of time on the mat.
And TV time. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
So it's going to be a first for a lot of these guys. These are going to be names you're not necessarily familiar with.
Not yet.
It's not yet. You're going to learn, especially in a program like Anoka. You're going to see these kids a lot. But this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. Can't wait. Can't wait to see where we go.
And we are ready to begin. It's going to be a girls wrestling match early. Allie Altringer against Lily Matheson. And they will begin. We saw Altringer last week, Ryan, wrestling it at the varsity level.
Sure did. And here she is with some strength here. Good job getting under. She's just got to drive those legs and suck that leg in like we talked about. Good job getting 2 points there. We talked about that a little bit last week with her looking for those knees. A point of focus, not necessarily from the coaching staff as we talked about with Coach Springer today, but something that just kind of happened by coincidence, but a good aggressive style from her there. She's going to drive the step over there as she looks for the pin. She's going to put young Matheson there in a world of trouble. She's going to sink those hips and go chest to chest here. She's going to look for that. Just working a little bit technically there, and that looks like that's going to be a pin.
Yeah, it's very much there. Lily Matheson trying to work her way through it, but not
Good
there
job
yet.
Keeping that right shoulder up, just trying to rotate that. Altringer's got to drop those shoulders, go chest to chest, scoop the head, and then just kind of push up with her weight there on the head. We talked about this last week as she's kind of doing the front underhook there. You want to go over the head and under so you can keep your weight where it should be rather than propping them up on your shoulders. This looks like it should be a pin. Either way, it's going to be 3 back points for Altringer as we've got 53 seconds left.
There it is right there. Gets the pin and a very nice performance from Allie Altringer. I mean, third in the state in girls wrestling the last few years. She is one of the best. And you see why right there. Nice job by Allie Altringer.
Absolutely. We talked about that with just being able to sink it there. That's what you look for, right? That was a good way of learning it from last week. This is why she was able to wrestle last week, is she can do that sort of thing. A good shot, good turn, good pin.
Camden Thomas, the freshman, will take on Ali Ahmad, which is at 125 pounds. They weighed in both here pretty much close to that. And they are wrestling now as they move quickly in these JV matches.
Good shot, good sprawl there. They'll abort.
Oh, boy. Al Hamad not messing around, was going for a full, almost headlock right there.
And it was a good sprawl there at that point. I mean, the thing that you're going to be looking for in this match is, you know, who's going to be that strong shot, right? These younger wrestlers, they tend to get winded a little more quickly. These early parts are going to be a little bit more aggressive. It's going to be a little bit more of a slog as we go. So, you know, here, if you can get a good shot, you can get a good takedown, you get ahead in points, you're going to put pressure on your opponent, and they're not necessarily always going to have the energy to come back and fight you off.
They stand them both back up in the center after getting out of the circle. Now Al Hamad shoots that and now takes him down.
Good 2 points there from Al Hamad. Looking for that shot before they were ruled out of the circle there. A good job riding him here. He's got to hold that waist there. If he can get a hold of a leg or hook a leg here, it's going to do him a lot of good. What he wants to do here is he wants to run him. So he's going to try and lift that leg and push him forward. What he needs to do is just step. You don't see him moving his feet very much, and that's kind of where he needs to be right there. Is he's doing a good job of kind of controlling with his hands and his upper body. He needs his lower body to do the work.
And now they both get out of the circle yet again. Stays 2-0 on the scoreboard, 49 seconds in this opening period, and now they're going to put Thomas in the down position.
It looks like he'll take the. Is he going to let him up here? No, he's going to take it there. Looked like for a second he might just put his hands on him and let him go, but not the case. Thomas has got to move a little bit here. He's going to get a stalling point. He's not been doing a whole lot until this point. There's a good job locking in the cradle. Just got to set it back. And he's got to roll. That broke the grip there. What you saw was Thomas gets that leg extended out. That's what they teach you to do. You see he's still fighting for that cradle. His hands trying to clasp underneath. Good job keeping his head under control. Al-Hamad's got some long arms here, and that's working to his advantage.
Yeah, it seems like there's a definite leverage advantage or a reach advantage here, able to get some different positions.
When you see he's able, from one side, he's able to kind of scoop under and try to throw that half from the other side and then run it. That's such an advantage. Oh, we got a little bit of blood time here. We got a nosebleed.
Yeah. That'll do. Well, they're both pretty physical around the head there. I'm not surprised that we saw some of that. So they're going to clean him up really quick. One thing I was going to mention to you, and this is kind of an example of that, one thing when we talked about with Coach Springer today, talking with all these freshmen, they have this really young team, seems to be super excited about it as you take another look at that throwdown outside of the circle. But all these freshmen seem to get Coach Springer pretty excited about his future again.
Well, I mean, this is what you look for when you are a program that is built and has been building for years, right? That you had all those studs the last couple of years, the ranked wrestlers that have graduated. You're going to have to restock the cupboard at some point. And if your down year is you're ranked 10th in the state, that's not a bad place to be, especially wrestling as many 8th graders and freshmen as they have in the last few weeks, just trying to keep bodies fresh as we move into the back end of the season.
And those folks, are getting definitely some varsity experience, but also getting some JV experience tonight. You'll hear from Coach Springer later on in tonight's broadcast as we have our streamcast. What do we call that now? I don't even know what we would call it anymore. But during tonight's presentation of wrestling, you're going to hear from Coach Springer. I sat down, chatted with him for about 4 minutes or so, and we'll probably show that right before the varsity match. It is senior night. It's alumni night tonight. This will be I think a big crowd once it's all said and done, but it is kind of still arriving here.
Yeah, the celebration tonight is about the legacy and the program, right? 450 wins for Coach Springer, the golden shoes on the line, alumni coming back, senior night, the guys that have been grinding through this program for years. Everything tonight is about the legacy of the Anoka Tornadoes wrestling program and what a legacy it is, especially for Coach Springer and the program he's built at his time here.
The Big A is out tonight.
The Big A is out tonight. You see that at football games here on QCTV.
I can't believe it gets to the top of the ceiling here. That's kind of impressive.
It does look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. I like the way that it looks here.
Might see a big bird next time you go into the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse over at Coon Rapids. Might have a big bird to fly out of there.
Boy, that'd be something.
We're back at it now after they've cleaned up the nosebleed with Al-Hamad, and now he's back to it with Thomas.
Thomas needs to be a little more aggressive here than he was in the first period. That was wonderful. I forgot that was blood time. He's going to need to be more aggressive in the second here. You saw it there. He wanted to get that escape. The problem is that he's just not running his feet. Neither of these guys doing that fundamental part of wrestling, which is they forget that the feet are a part of your body. Right, you're thinking about how can I work my hands, where's my leverage, but you can create leverage by creating force and changing the equation a little bit. And it just feels like maybe that neither of these guys are adept yet at running their feet. And again, that's common for young wrestlers, especially at this level.
Both guys are just nicked up here. It's like a MASH unit. They're doing.
Well, I think Thomas is getting Al-Hamad's blood wiped off of him.
Okay,
I don't believe that's his blood.
No, you're probably right. So they're going to try to get both guys squared away here as we start this second period.
How many high school events can you look around and say, I don't think that's his blood on?
I don't think it doesn't happen very often. I'll give you that one.
No one's tougher than these high school wrestlers. I'll give them that.
Could be the line of the night already, Ryan Nelson-Kane. Already dropping the line right out of the gates.
You know, we saved the good stuff for the JV match, Tim. I don't know about you. If it's this good, tune in later because I can't imagine how good it's going to be then.
Or enjoy it now while we have it, because it's only going to get worse from here, perhaps.
It's a growth mindset here, Tim.
I agree with you. Growth mindset's a big deal. I support that 100%. There's a good look at some of the fans that are already here taking in the JV match, getting themselves ready to go.
Getting a little pumped up here. Ready to go for a varsity match tonight.
One of our young students there taking some pictures, trying to get the yearbook stuff taken care of.
As well they should.
As well they should. We got some speechies here tonight, man. This is a fun time. Starting period number 2, finally. Still 2-0, the lead for Anoka on this particular match.
Good shot. Oh, what a good turn there. Just not quite enough force there to rock the escape, but a good idea. We always talk about, in these that you see kids trying to do that with the backward roll. It can bite you a little bit. You don't want to do that, but if you think you can make it work and get out of it alive, then by all means, do what you can. This is a game of survival in JV wrestling here, and just trying to get through it. He'll get the escape, and it looks like he's trying to pick those hands, and that's exactly what he'll do. He's going to fire that left hip out, create some leverage, and go. There it is. There's the break. He's got to step out, just get free of that arm. There's good escape there. You saw him pick the hands and flare that left hip out. That's all you're trying to do is just create pressure on that lock, and eventually it'll break.
Is that so much about strength, or is that about leverage? What's more important in that situation?
Well, if you don't have the strength, it's leverage. And
Yeah.
if you have the strength and you can just pick, I mean, you're gonna get some points there. Of course, he gives the takedown up right away. That's a tough spot to be in. You don't want to be doing that. So we'll see here if they'll give him an escape again here. So
is that sort of a situation where you've put in all that energy to get the escape, and then it's almost like it's hard to refocus back in again, and then you're taken down easily? Or is there something to that?
You know, he was on the ground a while. We talked about this a little bit last week, where the guy on top, it's not always about trying to score. It's about trying to wear down your opponent early, where you see that. We saw this last week when we covered Anoka against Champlin and against Osseo, where they wear you down at the end of the first and then through the second, and then they score in the third. Right? If they're not wrestling for a pin, and sometimes a pin is given, it's not always earned. But here you're going to have to earn this pin. He's a good defensive wrestler, and Al-Haman knows that. But he can score, and he knows he can score. So he's going to try and wear his opponent down and get through the first and second period and score in the third when his opponent has nothing left.
Oh, Thomas looks like he's gotten on top here on Al-Haman here a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to work his way around. Again, we talk about moving the feet. Just not enough movement there. He could have worked that around for probably 2 points on a reversal, but just hasn't been able to work a whole lot of points here. He's got 3 escapes. Just has not been able to find a difference here.
Good sprawl by Thomas. Now trying to grab a leg.
He's got his left arm kind of in that hook there. What he's got to do is he's leaning the wrong way. You want to get that under and then run around the outside so that you can get around that arm, but you've got to create leverage to do that, as you see his coach telling him right there. Snap the arm down and go. You got to have a sense of urgency in these situations where you're trying to score. You're down a point with 2 minutes left. You got to make it work, right? And he's just not making it work. So he's got to.
Ollie's nose is running like a faucet here once again, so they're going to have to go and try to take care of him.
Better time to do that now than halfway through the period.
That's true. Very fair indeed.
We're not going to mess the announcers up thinking it was the second period when it was the first.
That's true. We would never accuse you of that.
Yeah, there you see that left arm of Al-Haman. Just if you want to get around that way, you can get around that way, but you've got to work that arm. We talked about last week about heads and knees. Defensive wrestling is about controlling where the legs go, right? If you know the legs are the engine, that's what's going to drive you over. If you control that leg, he can't drive at you. So what Thomas has to do as the freshman here is he's got to be able to run around that arm, pick the arm, and get his legs out. You got to get your center of gravity moving if you want to turn your opponent over.
This has been kind of a longer match, but coaches are getting an extra opportunity in this match to do some extra coaching. And it's been translating into some really instant energy when these matches get restarted.
For sure. You give a guy an idea, you get him starting to think about what he's doing and why he's doing it. And that's, we know that as high school coaches, that sometimes that can be the hardest hurdle for some of these kids. Nice retake. That can be the toughest hurdle for some of these kids, is just thinking critically about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you can do it better, right? Oh, a tough spot here for Al-Haman. He's got his head in deep. Thomas has got to drive. He just lost it again. This is again where we talk about experience. He just doesn't have the requisite experience to know exactly how to sink that and win the match. We talk in wrestling, you kind of got to learn how to win a little bit, and he just doesn't have it there. Good job sinking that deep again.
Pin maybe,
That's
right?
a tough spot.
No takedown there, no points.
No, he wasn't on his back long enough for points, but you see Al-Haman's he's just a little worn out here. The conditioning maybe not as strong as his opponents here. No, we got more blood here.
More blood, goodness gracious! Yeah, it is a faucet. I mean,
that might be saved by the blood there for Al-Haman. That was a difficult position to be in. He was getting.
They just can't stop this thing. Like, they're trying everything they can to get this thing to stop, but they cannot do it.
Look, sometimes that just happens. I remember when I was in 9th grade, I had to forfeit a wrestling match because my eye was bleeding. Sometimes you just can't get the blood to stop. Right, and if it impacts the match that much, we're not going to stop this match. But in a tournament, in situations like that, you might just not be able to get it to stop, and you got to forfeit the match. Well, thankfully, we're not going to see that here.
Well, it adds to our camera, which is all about, Ryan down in the truck wants just nothing but extra time. So if we can stay up here for another 25, he doesn't mind if every match goes the distance with 3 stoppages each. He'll be here till midnight if he wants to be.
Right. We want to give Ryan as much work as we possibly can.
100%. And I know we got the full crew here tonight. The Varsity crew is here tonight on QCTV. So I want to thank all those folks for getting out here today. It's an early start, 6 p.m. start. for us doing a wrestling meet? Normally most things we do start at 7. You get a little extra time, but they're out here quickly tonight.
That's good. I mean, it's always good to give these kids an opportunity to be on TV, to be exposed to this sort of thing. And, for coaches, it's kind of a big deal to give these kids a little more pressure, a different variable that you can feel and see and is tangible for you to come out here and wrestle with, where, is a guy thinking correctly when the pressure's off? Sure, but if the pressure's on, he might think differently or wrestle differently.
Well, give credit to Coach Springer, too. He's always trying new things to maybe either get more people out or get some more events on camera, things like that. Last year they wrestled in the auditorium on the stage, which I thought was a very cool idea and a really cool setup.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that Coach Springer has gotten to 450 wins. There's a reason that he's regarded as one of the better coaches in the state of Minnesota. It's because of things like that you're constantly thinking about the program. You're constantly thinking about what you could escape. Constantly thinking about what you can do to get better as a program and bring more people in. So, I mean, it's a good job to do that, to get the big A out here, to do things like senior
nice
night.
Takedown.
What a takedown. And that'll tie it up with 51 seconds to go. He's going to be looking for back points here to score to win this match. He's got one arm tucked there around the waist. He's got to run it around.
He's got to pull him around, doesn't he?
He's got to move his legs. He's going to give up the escape real quick here.
Oh, he did.
Now
That's huge.
He needs a takedown. Someone needs to get a takedown. You get around. If he gets around, if he can get that leg free, get those 2 points. He's got 30 seconds to take the lead here.
The crowd is yelling here. We got a good energy and a nice takedown
And that'll
there.
probably do it with 22 seconds left. He doesn't have a whole lot of time for an escape. He'll be looking for a pin here if he can get it the next 16 seconds. Got a good power half there. Driving the elbow and then the forearm into the back of Thomas's head. But you can see Thomas is gassed. He gave that everything he had to try and fight that 2 points off, and he just doesn't have it. That'll do it. 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the match.
That'll do.
A good fight from these two, if a little long because of blood time. But
yeah, Ali Al-Hamed finds a way to get the win after a bloody nose and a big sprawling match. That was a fun one to watch.
And potentially, we talk about the difference between programs, and Coon Rapids still kind of in a rebuild here after being one of those generational programs in the area for a long time. I got to rebuild a little bit, and that confidence comes with that.
How about Mohammed Al-Hamed now will be the next wrestler on for Anoka against Alan Sierra Lopez for Coon Rapids.
Good knee pick there from Sierra Lopez. Just has to sink that, get a hold of the knee. See if Al-Haman can take a shot there. It looks like he's looking for one if he can get his head free. Some good head defense there from Sierra Lopez. A couple of strong kids here.
And neither side really looking to give anything here.
Good knee, good knee. Just got to take. There's a good takedown. He's still got control of that leg. He's just got to drive his feet. If he can just get his head out, he'll get these 2 points here.
Mohammed Al-Hamed also very kind of tall.
There it is.
And
he just had to get that head free and get control of the situation, but Sierra Lopez doing a good job getting that takedown there.
gets the 2 points.
We talked about the differences in refereeing last week and how some refs would have blown that dead, but he lets that go for the 2 points because it was a scoring situation. It's a clasping warning there. Anoka, very good escape on the, very good escape there. Good chance at that.
Gave 1 point to Anoka, and is that because of the clasp?
Yeah, he kept holding it after the warning. Just wasn't able to get it free. We'll see here if he goes for a little bit more of an aggressive approach, but there's the foot. As his coach coaches him up from the side. That's what he was telling him to do on the side there as we move back to the center. Good job driving your head into the shoulder, but Al-Haman does a good job defending that by dropping his arm. See if Sierra Lopez can maybe grab that ankle and drive forward as he wants to do there.
Man, Mohammed Al-Hamed trying to stand up here, it looks like. Trying to power out, get that escape point.
Not a whole lot of movement there from Al-Hamed. Just not really, I don't think, a real energetic.
Well, it looks like he's trying to get on his feet, right? Doesn't it look like he's trying to stand up as opposed to maybe trying to flip a guy over?
I'd like to see him sit out there. I think that's probably a better move here. But if a guy's kind of sitting on his back like you are, like you see how low Sierra Lopez is sitting on him. And a good job escaping there, just wore him down. But you want to sit on that. You kind of flip your hips and sit out. Good shot.
He was trying for a little like a
good
fireman's carry type thing, right? Like you went and shot that knee and tried to flip over.
And that might be something he's working on, right? That might be a move that he was working on this week that he thought it worked in that situation. Good shot defense here from Sierra Lopez, keeping his weight on his opponent's shoulders. He's got to sink that arm in and drive his feet. That's a tough spot. He just got put in a bad situation there.
Good end of the period there for Mohamed El Hamed as he's able to get the takedown, 2 points, and he's up 4-2 on Alan Sierra Lopez here in this JV match.
Get a deferral from Sierra Lopez, and we'll get the El Hamed going down in the referee's position here.
Interesting strategy, perhaps.
They're looking for a point, I think, if he feels he can get a reversal again. If this is something he's working on, is his escapes and reversals, then this is what he's going to want to work on in a JV match.
How much of is that a coach kind of a thing in a JV match like this? Because you want to win them, obviously, but you also want to try to grow and improve, and kind of where's the balance on that?
Well, you're also it's preference, I think, as some guys prefer wrestling from that position. I think that there are coaches definitely, I had coaches like this who believed that if you can find a way to get a point, that it puts that much more pressure on your opponent. But you got to think he's up 2, right? We can put this in a sort of possessions feeling here, right? Where it's much more difficult to score 3 points in quick succession than it is 2. The only 3-point play you really have is a reversal takedown or back points. So here, if he can get an escape and a takedown, he puts himself up 3 points. Now you're up 7-2, and it's a much more difficult position for your opponent.
So you're on the back here if you're Alan Sierra Lopez. What are you trying to do in this position? Now it looks like, again, trying to stand up is Mohamed El Hamed.
Yeah, I think if you're Sierra Lopez here, that the best thing that you can do is
there he does it. That works.
Is let him up, right? Give him the point. Now you got to go fight for a takedown. Your takedown defense has been pretty good. Just don't get sucked in. Don't lose that arm control like he did on the last takedown to go down 4-2. Here, I think, if he can get that knee pick that he's wanted this whole match, if he can go after an ankle, if he can take a double leg shot here, there's that knee.
Yep, shoots
sink that in,
gets
the lift, and now you'll see that leg sweep and the drive. What he should be doing is pulling that leg up and just standing close and stand all the way up and then sweep the leg down. It's the easiest way to make that knee pick work. He keeps trying to drive through it, and it gives his opponent a chance to regroup, and you just don't. You don't want to do that. You don't want to give him that chance. You got to drive through when you have the hold.
And El Hamed seems to have really good balance when he's standing up. Like he can bounce on one pretty easily. A nice takedown there.
Yep, and we talk about wearing your opponents down in the second, like Anoka likes to do. We talk about styles and being aggressive. This is exactly the kind of match that Anoka wants, right? If you don't want to give them the opportunity to do this. 2 seconds, 1 second, end of the period. Not going to get the back points there. Didn't get him over. But something to watch here. I think Sierra Lopez just getting a little worn out, a little tired. Just that shot defense just kind of fading as that round went.
And it's another leverage issue too, isn't it? I mean, You see Mohamed El Hamed has got a lot of, he's a little longer, got a little more leverage.
Yeah, it's
a little harder to grab that knee.
Yeah, I think though it's a technique issue, right? That's going to come with time and with coaching, right? I think that Mohamed El Hamed is a freshman here, may not have had the experience. That other wrestlers have had even into their freshman year. You'd like to see him pull that leg up, like I said, and sweep the leg rather than try to drive through it like you would on a double leg takedown or some other bear hug or whatever takedown.
And again, trying to take him down, but El Hamed stays up, and it looks like by all accounts most guys would go down, but it's just he's able to just stay on his feet. Yeah, and balance is important, right? The body control is huge in wrestling, and if he's able to control himself, if he's able to continue that shot, tough spot, tough spot. He's got to get him back on the mat here. There's 2 points. There's your back points. He's got to find a way to get him on the mat here. Sink his hips. And as long as he stays in the circle, he's good, right? Yep. He may give him this pin if he's got one shoulder in, but he might not have both shoulders in. This is close. This is very close for Sierra Lopez. That's going to be the ref's call. Trying to flip back over. Can't do it. That might sink him. He's back on the mat. Got to lift his head here. Oh, he's trying to lift up here. Ref's watching this very closely. He's got to sink his hips and roll, right? Roll up. He's not doing that. Trying to bridge out is Mohamed El Hamed. Sierra Lopez looking for this pin. Alan Sierra Lopez, can he get it? He's going to have trouble if he doesn't roll his hips back like that. See how he's giving up the shoulders? Yep. Now he's in trouble. And that's close. Now he's got the arch, which is the tough part here, sitting up on his toes. You see he's sitting on he's got his butt on his heel there. Yep. He's pull the arm through. Can he turn him over? He does, you're right, have the back points, but he needs the pin. He's down 4. We're getting to a period now where he needs more points if he can't get the pin. Did he give him the pin? I don't think he did. So 3 points back. And now it's a 1-point game with 28 seconds left. A flurry from Alan Sierra Lopez. And now it's 2, right?
So you're gonna give up the extra point.
And
let them up and go neutral.
Both teams have big coaching staffs. A lot of maroon, a lot of gray standing and watching this one.
A couple of legacy programs around here in a rivalry match. This is not unusual.
A lot of fun to watch. 9-7.
Now we'll see if we can get more back points here, because he's going to need it in the next 18 seconds, or he's going to lose this match.
Al-Hamed just kind of laying down, doing sort of a dead fish routine here.
Well, he's trying. You see, it looks like dead fish, but if you watch his hands, he's picking that half Nelson off of his head. So he's working, but now it's in deep, right? Now, and that's just not enough time there for.
That's fun. That was a great match.
Lopez to get that sunk.
A great match won by Mohamed Al-Hamed, doing a nice job surviving that one, really.
Yeah, I mean, and it was survival, but again, we talk about technique, right? It was a technique issue there that lost Sierra Lopez that match. And what you want, like I said it probably 4 or 5 times, you want to sink that head, drop your hips, and roll him up. Just wasn't able to do it.
Bernard Mawa, sophomore, against Max Sweet, a freshman. Max Sweet for Anoka, Mawa for Coon Rapids.
A little bit of a fast start there for Mawa.
For a couple of guys at 140, they look like your classic wrestlers, but they look fast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is about as electric as I've seen a wrestler. At least his hair is moving quite a bit.
No kidding. Could be the static electricity around the room or something.
Might be. A good aggressive here start. Good defensive start for both these guys too. Like to see this aggressive defensiveness. Kind of a hallmark of the Anoka style a little bit, that they're going to wrestle soundly, but they're going to put the pressure on you right away. Coon Rapids, haven't really seen a major style yet. Oh no, I hope he's okay.
But he take a fall there, it looks like.
Looks like he's grabbing at that right calf.
And they've had so many injuries Coon Rapids has had this year, so it's got to be just...
We talked a little bit about this earlier, but on the varsity side, you've got a couple of injuries tonight, a little bit of the walking wounded. I talked to one of their coaches tonight. That they really felt like they might have had a shot at this a week ago if they would have had that lineup. But you had, the 215 at the varsity level hurt, their 172 at the varsity level hurt.
Yeah, he was kind of just feeling it. It was almost like looked like a calf cramp. I mean, just the way it was, right?
And it's a little warm in here, and they've been running around for a little bit.
You can kind of see, it just the way he stood up. It kind of reminded me of, and that's why they're stretching him out. So It looks like a calf cramp of some sort.
And this is why it's important for young athletes to stay hydrated, but also to eat. A lot of these guys, they come in here, they're trying to make weight. They might not have had a full meal before this match, and it's a lot of energy expended for 6 minutes.
And you're sitting for 20-some minutes before your match as well. If you're not bouncing around, staying loose, and then you're all of a sudden getting very physical.
Well, and you look at his style too, right? That he's so fast, and he's so, I don't even know what the word is, just electric, right? His style is just so quick. He's going to expend a lot more energy than his opponent with a little bit more controlled movement, and you see it cost him there on the takedown too. You just need to be in a little bit more control than he is right now.
Yeah, Max Sweet gets 2 points for the takedown. Sweet seems to have been able to match that energy early on.
Endure it, a little bit. And here you see Sweet. Sweet's gonna score here, and he could get some back points if he gets it. He's got to get that arm in. Good job doing that. He's going to try and roll him into that sort of that stack position that we've seen a little bit, where you just hold him with his own weight, scoop his head, make sure he can't get out of it. I'd like to see him throw a half here. I think that's probably the most common move, but if that's what he's trying to do right there. If his opponent's waiting for that, he's going to pick that hand. Good attempt at a roll, but we talked about that last week where people try that and get caught in that, it can end in a pin. You know why he's trying it, but
Oh yeah, he's still hobbling around. I'm sure he's cramping up pretty good here.
You kind of just hope that he doesn't, he didn't have any trouble pushing off.
That looks like a pull. Looks like he's hurting
in some pain. He's in some pain. We talk about the toughness of wrestlers here. This is wrestling through a calf cramp ain't easy.
But any kind of Charlie horse leg pain. Yep. I mean, you can be tough all you want. That stuff bothers you.
Yep. And it affects your movement too, right? You're not able to move the same way with the same explosiveness that maybe you did before. Good job dropping to the ankles there. He's going to suck those in.
That's an interesting move. Good escape there. That's an interesting move. Haven't really seen that much so far in our wrestling coverage.
Yeah, it's not something you generally see at the high school level in my experience. Some guys will do it. but it's probably better to let him go and reset and get ready for a shot. And again, we talk about the youth of these guys and the ability to sit and think critically about what it is you're doing and why you're doing it, rather than just kind of going out there and making it up as you go. The really good wrestlers, we talked to Springer about this a little bit. They have moves, right? They have plans. They have a general idea of what it is that they want to do and how they want the match to go, and they can fill in the gaps from there with, their practice and the experience and the things that you've done. These guys, especially at the JV level, they're just wrestling, right?
Springer made note of that some of his assistant coaches have moves named after him, and he doesn't have one, so he'd like to get his own move.
Now we'll call it the 450.
The 450 move would be a great one. That would be a good move.
I'd like to call it the golden shoes tonight if you can.
No question.
But again, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, stay tuned tonight. We have a special presentation that you'll see in between the JV and the varsity match tonight. You'll see my interview with Coach Springer. You'll see, I think, what will be a very fun varsity night. And what we've seen so far here, Ryan, is we saw Ali Altringer, who's a senior, but everybody else who's wrestled a freshman for this Anoka team, including Max Sweet on the mat right now.
Yeah, and it's been so far a good JV match for Anoka. The experience showing for them a little bit here as far as guys who have been in a program that is established, and they've learned from the people who have come before them, and it's a good place to be. So you'd like to see some more wins if you're Anoka. At Coon Rapids, it's good experience even if you're not winning, right? The JV matches, they count for you, but this isn't going to affect the varsity score tonight. It's good experience for all these guys. Winning and losing isn't as important as improvement at the JV level.
Absolutely. That's the end of the second period. Sweet able to hang on and have a 5-0 lead. And yeah, you can see poor Bernard Mao is just feeling it right now, the young sophomore, and he's going to stand up.
Unfortunately, I think if you asked a lot of these kids, they'd probably say a little bit differently, that they'd like to win these matches.
Sure, but no question about it. You want to win every time you step out there.
But if you ask the coaches, I bet they would probably go at and say, yeah, we want to win every match, but improvement's important. Improvement is where you build your programs.
100%.
So, especially for these young kids that are coming in and, they're wrestling on this mat for the first, second, third time, right? This maybe isn't something they've done a bunch. Good attempt at a headlock there, but he's just got to sink it a little bit before he tries that, right? You want to throw the headlock. You've got to get the hip in deep, kind of get it more in your shoulder and use that momentum to lift his hips so he can't sprawl on you. Bernard Mao not able to get that, and that's where you wonder maybe a little bit about his lack of explosiveness coming from his calf. You'd like to see
Well, he came out so fast too, Ryan. You're right? He came out just explosive, but I really sense that you could tell he's not able to just attack at the same speed that he wanted to attack at.
Yeah, and part of that is momentum too, right? Like, this match has not gone the way he wanted, right? And a little bit of that is getting tired, a little bit of that is getting worn down. He's been on the bottom end of this quite a bit in this match. And that'll wear you down. So, he was all hair and hands to start this match, and now we see him a little more methodical, a little slower. Some of that's that calf injury, some of that's the tired, some of that's just getting ground.
100%. 7-0 Max Sweet here in this one. Crowd starting to fill in, starting to see a lot of Anoka wrestling dignitaries filing their way in. Also, just some staff folks in the area. Coach Bo off in the distance watching. Coach Principal Mike Farley here as well this evening.
Lance Wicks was here too. I saw him.
Saw the AD here as well. Yeah, this is a big. I see a lot of faculty, staff. So this is kind of a cool thing to get a lot of people out.
Anytime the Golden Shoes come out of the trophy case for either of these schools, it's a big deal.
Absolutely. Well, trophy games in general. I don't care what you're doing. Football, basketball, whatever. You played for something. It's always kind of fun. Always interesting.
I don't feel like we do that enough in high school sports anymore.
Yeah.
You and I get a good taste of that every Saturday with speech, but this is a good opportunity for these kids to wrestle for a trophy.
Max Sweet very happy with that one, very impressive, and a nice win for him.
Should be. He dominated that one. There's no asterisk because your opponent gets hurt and continues to wrestle. A good job by him to continue with that intensity and continue bringing it to Maui.
So we've got Landon Swanson against Vashi Ebradidze, freshman for both. Landon is also a freshman. So two freshmen here going at 145.
Ebradidze with a good headlock there. Just trying to work that around. Good job working it. Keep those feet moving. Kind of riding him a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's got to move his feet and stay in control here. The problem with that, good 2-point. The problem with that kind of motion is it can get out of hand for you quickly if your opponent
he's got a roll-up chance here. Oh, it looked like he was going to have a look
and
at
that'll be a
chance.
reversal.
Nice reversal from
Sit
Landon.
out. That should be an escape there for.
Unless he just hasn't
Landon
officially
there.
escaped yet.
That was. Oh, he's going to keep his 2 points if he can keep him on the ground here.
Wow.
Quick shuffle here, but only 2 points in that exchange.
That's, yeah, I was going to say, we were really, it looked like those guys were ready to exchange it a bunch of times over, and then it just stayed.
We're flipping and flopping and all over the place here with these JV wrestlers.
Again, 2 freshmen here in Vashi Ebradizi and Landon Swanson. Trying to sit up with Swanson and was yanked right back down.
We talked about that a little earlier. He needs to get that hip out if he wants to try that. A good job there. Oh, tough spot here for Ebradizi. Tough spot. If Landon can get his head out, yeah, it's a 2 point there. Tough spot. It's where you want to get that half and drive around the head. You got 43 seconds. You can afford to be patient. You see those feet working. That's, sinks those hips. I don't know what he's trying to do there.
Gets the escape.
It's another point there for Ebradizi.
5-1 now in favor of the young Cardinal wrestler.
About 20 seconds left. I imagine we'll see one more shot here from either of these guys. Got about time for one more little exchange. There's the shot. Pull that knee in. See if he can lift it. Oh, good little roll. Good little roll as a sprawl alternative there. He'll take the 2.
Ebradizi's impressive.
Yeah, he's
really impressive this period. This has been really good.
I think both of these guys, they look like wrestlers. Both these guys are pretty strong. Ebradizi seems to have the technique advantage here. Where he just seems to know a little bit more.
They're saying the score is wrong. It's not 7-1. I think they're saying that it's like 5-3 because they put the 2 points in the wrong spot. Yep,
sure.
So they finally got that updated. I thought so. But I was kind of just going with the flow for a minute.
Yeah, Ebradizi had a good period. I don't know if his period was quite that good.
I was going to say 7-1. It didn't feel quite like that, but I was really impressed with him. It felt like he had good control of what he was doing and was able to. And when he made a move, he made it quickly. It was very decisive.
And here it seemed, here we'll probably see the same thing. He'll figure out where his opponent wants to go. There's a clasping warning there. He'll release his hands. Ebradizi with a good sit out. See if he can pick the hand. He's trying to go for the knee. He's got to get the hands first.
Did they not release the clasp? Looks like that was the case, yeah.
That looked to me like it was released, but he'll explain to him why, and we'll trust the ref here to make the judgment down there.
Did they give that on Swanson? Because they put that on the Coon Rapids side.
Yeah, no, and you see what the ref is seeing there, right, is he sees both hands and he thinks it's a clasp again.
Yeah.
He's not clasping, but the ref is going to call that because he could be clasping. I'd rather he call that there than try and let him wrestle with a clasp. So.
Well, he does that spin move at Ebradizi so quick.
Yeah, he's got some decisive movements there. That's another point for Coon Rapids, up 7-3 now with 1:27 to go in the period. It's a good job there. A little bit of head fighting here. Some good head defense from Ebradizi there. See how he's kind of he's got his head down, and you see Swanson's head just kind of sticking up. That's where you want to be if you're in that position, is you don't want to have your head buried in your opponent's shoulder and you can't do anything with it. And we talk about not having wasted movement. You don't want to have wasted position either. Everything you're doing should lead to something. And you should have a wealth of knowledge of knowing what that is. Ebradizi's, that's
Swanson
a tough spot
trying to
there.
turn him over, but a headlock applied.
There's another headlock there from Swanson, or from Ebradizi. If he can just throw that, just let it go. And you see Ebradizi reaching back on those shots. You don't generally want to do that, but it's working for him here because Swanson's wrestling so high and so aggressively that he's just able to roll through.
It doesn't look like a huge leverage advantage, but it does seem like something, and it
now
seems to be working, and now we got trouble.
Now he's in a tough spot. You see that look on his face. He's in a hard spot. The hips are sinking on his shoulders. Ebradizi's got to just drop back, get chest to chest, slowly think this like an anaconda choking the life out of its prey.
Got back points, it looks like, already in this stretch.
And that would put him up 12-3, which at that point you're looking at if this were a real duel, a major decision, but we'll get the pin.
Gets the pin right there. Nice job by the young Cardinal freshman.
A good improvisational wrestling match there. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a little bit, in the previous match about how you want to have a plan going in. That felt like he had a plan. That felt like a more controlled wrestler. So I think that's, if you're Coon Rapids, that's what you'd like to see all your wrestlers do.
So here we go with Matthew Johnson and for the Anoka Tornadoes, and Dominic Burnt, the young sophomore for Coon Rapids. So another freshman, but this time versus a sophomore for the Cardinals.
Good single leg shot there. Does a good job getting his 2 points. Very aggressive up on the head. He's going to look for a pin here quick if he can get that shoulder. Good job driving. If he can just step around. And he's got his hands in deep.
Oh, he hooked him.
And there he's up. This is going to be a pin if this sinks. He's got the cradle hard. Ref's got to get around. This looks like it's going to be a pin. If he just squeeze. Oh, he just let him go.
You get the back points for that.
I think he feels like maybe he can win this one on points, get a good match in.
Oh,
a little bit of screaming there.
A little screaming from Dominic Burnt. I feel like
his leg is hooked.
He's doing some yelling in there.
Sounds like a weight room.
Yeah, he's been in the blender here for the last minute.
Yeah, and he's in trouble again. Both those shoulders look like they're on the ground. Yep.
Got it. Wow, Matthew Johnson, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he had it that time. He came out ready to go. See him pointing back at his teammates. Burnt looks like he got hit in the stomach there, maybe a little hard. That's a tough match. Gavin Connolly for Coon Rapids. I didn't catch the...
David Skrilish-Vili looks like will be the one for Anoka.
Some more good...
Coon Rapids Cardinal?
I did. It was... I just had it, wrote it down.
We're going off our list on the fly, and these things change based on matchups, so there were a number of guys.
Sorry, Gavin Conway, sophomore.
Gavin Conway, the sophomore, against young David Skrilish-Vili. If I mispronounce it, I do apologize. But I think that's my pronunciation that I heard. Strong name. That's a wrestler's name.
Good job sinking the head into the shoulder blade there. Might be easier to say
David.
Let's see if he can throw that half there and run around. He's doing a good job at keeping his weight high, not letting his opponents sit out on him.
This is as we start to move up to these higher weight classes.
Conway running around looking for that leg. The temptation to look for the leg is strong there, but it's more important to get yourself out of this position. We'll get a danger there, probably on the arm. I didn't see what it was. It'd be a point there for Coon Rapids.
How long does a ref like to give? I mean, is it kind of give and take, or is there like a rule of thumb of like, hey, I'm going to give a warning?
So it's degrees, right? So if you have someone who's in immediate danger, you stop the match.
Sure.
If it's something that they do once and you're going to warn them on it, but you won't always give a point. Sometimes you'll just stop the exchange. In that case, I didn't see what happened, but if he's awarding a point, it's probably just an inadvertent full Nelson, something like that. That it's a band hold, something like that. You want to get them out of right away. That could be dangerous for the person who's in the situation.
Because it does feel like that's one of those discretionary things that we've seen different refs call, or some have awarded points, some haven't.
Yep.
Just wondering kind of what the system is on that.
At times you'll hear them down on the mat too, where they'll say, watch your hand, watch your hand, watch your hand. Not every ref will give you that, but you will get that frequently in wrestling, especially with younger wrestlers who may not know.
Trying to work him out of the circle almost there. Nice turnaround takeover there by Conway, and he's giving him a chance at it, and finally they're out of the circle.
Can't pin him out of the circle.
Yep, that was close. 3 points, though, you're going to get.
He'll get 3. Anoka will get 3, and we'll get 2 for Mr. Conway on the Coon Rapids side. Oh, they'll give him the reversal, so we're giving him 5 points.
Wow.
And that'll put him up. I didn't think he'd give him the back points out of the circle like that, but he sure did. Good job there of turning that around for Conway.
Pretty high scoring opening period here. 6-5 Coon Rapids.
About as high scoring as we've seen, I think.
No question.
Good job sinking in on the head. Way to ride him back down. See if he can get that arm through and run around the outside, but he's got that leg hooked.
And that'll do it for that first period. Kind of fun. That was a nice nice back and forth with these two.
In front of a full house all of a sudden. We got a lot of people here.
I told you this thing was filling up pretty quickly.
You're watching the wrestling, you miss the people coming in.
It should make for a great atmosphere here tonight.
There really is nothing better than good varsity wrestling in Minnesota. See here.
Other than a good speech meet, maybe.
Maybe. We'll learn about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Irondale Medieval Mayhem.
Melee. Yeah, the melee. That's going to be super fun over there.
Good job.
How many times do you think a speech team has been referenced in a wrestling match before?
I don't think often, but they don't have two speech coaches doing the play-by-play.
That's very fair, so we get to talk about those things periodically.
Good job.
Nice job on top here.
He's riding him hard, and this is, again, we talk about wearing him down in the second. These guys just kind of trying to conserve their energy a little bit, doing a good job, just kind of moving each other.
Conaway, some big tree trunk legs there as you kind of get a look at that.
You know, it's both of these guys, you see how thick their legs are. These guys know what the gym is, and they know what food is. What a turn. Great job.
And he got a pin out of that. How good was that? Unbelievable.
If I didn't know any better, I thought that would have been a varsity term. That was a heck of a move. Just a great job there to flip that around.
For Anoka, and for Coon Rapids, DJ Fisher.
All right, DJ Fisher wrestling JV tonight.
Yeah, DJ Fisher, sophomore.
Yep, he's
wrestling Isaiah Gunderson, a junior, one of the only non-freshmen we've talked about for this Tornado team.
And DJ is what we like to call a dog. This guy has a lot of fight in him. You know, this is a guy who's, you know, he's not going to give up by any stretch of the imagination. He wants to win. Obviously, both these guys want to win, but you know, that guy's got some fight in him.
You've had some familiarity with some of these guys from Coon Rapids, you being over there working football.
Yep.
Fisher obviously being one of those guys.
Yeah, he's a strong offensive lineman for us. I think he might end up being our starting center next year. We'll see how that shakes out, but you know, he's.
As I say, don't tell him that now. You don't want to build up his.
Like I said, we'll see how it shakes out. But you know, he's a guy that we know is going to have fight in him 100% of the time, and you know, he's got that wrestler mentality. And obviously, all these guys at Anoka are very familiar with that too. Of, you know, you're never out of it. You never quit. We saw that in the last match. You're never out of it.
Certainly
right?
not.
You keep working, you keep grinding, and you've got an opportunity to win. And you know, Fisher's an embodiment of that, and we'll see some other guys that are kind of that way. And on this Coon Rapids side, we'll see a lot of them on the Anoka side tonight. It's just a wrestler mentality. You see a ton of it in wrestling in Minnesota. You just never quit.
Gunderson up 4-2 early after that last escape by Fisher.
Gunderson, I think, with a little bit of an advantage here in that you just see how much longer he is than Fisher is. Good power from Fisher there to defend on that shot.
Fisher built like a wrestler, but also built like an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he's a little light now, a little lighter than I saw him a few months ago, but that's the nature of the beast at the end of the wrestling season. Everybody seems to lose weight in these wrestling rooms. But you know, good job getting the 2 points there, tying this thing up. He's going to want to control that arm. We'll see if he can kind of get that leg.
Oh, he's trying to turn him over here.
Yep. I mean, that's what he wants to do. He wants to break that base down. You see the knees, he's kind of sitting back on his legs like that. Gunderson is, and DJ's got to he's got to work that a little bit to break that base, see if you can find an opening, and that's where you're going to find your leverage, right? So if you can move the base, it's hard to flip a guy when he's sitting at that kind of frog position. It's really difficult to move him, so you want to find a way to either extend him or work him back over at the point of strength where his hips are holding him in position there, right? So that's what DJ's trying to do there, is just break down that base and then move him. You know, a lot of these moves might look like they're doing nothing, but what you're seeing is two guys enacting force on one position of somebody's body. Where even here, right, it doesn't look like they're doing much, but you see DJ trying to sink. You see Gunderson trying to move forward. It's constant opposing movement, which is why wrestling is, for 6 minutes, it's so exhausting.
Yeah, Fisher gets that thing squared at 4. They get the 1 point escape for Gunderson. Thought there was a good chance at a takedown there for Fisher to start the second period, but didn't quite sink that in.
And he started up too, so he's not going to get points for that. The only point that could have come out of that was a reversal, back points, or an escape, and we got the escape here. So, there's more opportunity for the guy on bottom to score because of the escape rule. But if you're DJ here, this is where you want to get around and get your other 2 points. And he's got to get him down on the ground. He's got that front arm over his shoulder. Good job there by DJ to get that in. Now here he's going to want to drive that inside shoulder like he's doing. You see where he's digging his head there on the inside of the shoulder.
Oh, nice.
A great roll there from
Wow.
Gunderson. What a roll. And here now DJ's in trouble. If he sinks this in, he's got that elbow around. Oh, good job by DJ getting off his back there. No back points, not on his back enough, and no control. And there,
these guys just really getting after it. A fun match so far from Gunderson and Fisher.
Yeah, DJ's in trouble here. He's got to get that left foot down so he can get his arm out. Get back to that base that we were talking about, right? It's all methodical.
30 seconds left in this second period. Isaiah Gunderson leading by 1 point on DJ Fisher. 7-6.
Good job getting to the base. Gunderson letting him have it. He's got to get that right leg out, see if he can stand forward. And that's where you can kind of buck that hip and get that left leg of Gunderson off of you. Oh, nice little throwback. Oh, he's going to try and throw the power half there. And he's going to survive. Nice job getting out of that.
He got the escape at the end. Got the last second escape. We're going to go to the third period, tied at 7. This is lots of fun so far, Ryan.
Yeah, and I mean, these are two pretty evenly matched wrestlers. You know, this is what you want to see out of your JV guys as far as getting experience in long-running matches, kind of
in the
really
upper weight
physical.
class too. It's strength on strength, right?
100%. I mean, and again, we talk about, you know, the wrestler mentality that both of these guys have of never quit, never give up. I mean, it's that we've seen how many times that lead has been extended and then lost and then extended and then lost in this match, as these guys are just continuing to grind and continuing to feel like both of them have a chance here.
Working our way towards the end of this JV match. We have maybe 1 or 2 more weight classes left. We'll have to see how many they field out.
You see DJ just working those hands, just trying to get those hands free. He's got that left leg kind of sprawled out again as he tries to sit out. And gives up the arm. That's going to be a tough spot for him. There goes the back points. Rolls right through it. I don't know if he's going to get no back points there. Didn't have enough time on his back to score. Did Gunderson, so DJ looking to defend against that cross face there. The power half coming again. He's trying to sit out. He just keeps finding himself in a position where he's not giving up the back, and there you'll see the back points. Now he's in trouble. Gunderson's got it in deep chest to chest. He's just got to sink those hips and fly. But again, you see his arm is in the wrong position. He's doing more of kind of a chin drop half. That's not what you want to do. This is an opportunity now where he should flip that arm and get that arm over his head instead of under his head. You see he's in a position to do it. DJ's not really, Fisher's not defending that move. You got an opportunity to do it. You can flip that arm. There's 3 back points, and that might do it here if we don't get an escape and a takedown from DJ. But just a hard-fought match from both these guys.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. These two have gone back and forth, but Gunderson getting that last big takedown, that last big set of back points, that's going to be the difference here. It looks like 17 seconds to go.
He needs to go like right now if he's got a shot at an escape and a takedown here, but he just has not been able to escape in this third period.
Trying to power up here, trying to get back on his feet, not able to do that.
He's just out of time. He just doesn't have the time to get it done. A hard-fought match from both these guys, though. Good job by both.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Nicely done. Isaiah Gunderson will get that win.
Isaiah Gunderson, Anoka. At 215 pounds for Anoka. Almighty Owole versus Evan Salter.
Evan Salter comes out. He's a sophomore taking on Olamide Oyewole, freshman.
Salter wrestling up here. He's listed at the 189 weight class. Kind of at maybe at the lower end of the 215 weight class.
Another freshman for this Anoka team right here, though.
Getting some good experience. And you talk about being built like a wrestler. You look how thick his bottom half is. That guy's built like a wrestler, built like an offensive lineman. Good strength here from both these wrestlers here to start.
You wonder how long they'll stay on their feet? Well, I got answers that question. I was thinking maybe we'd stay there a while.
Salter with a good job of picking that knee and sucking it into his stomach and just driving on it. Both these guys moving their feet early, which is exactly what you hope to see out of young wrestlers. A good escape there from Oyewole.
Salter seems like the longer and leaner. You're right, probably wrestling up a class or two, but does have the reach advantage, I'd say.
Yeah, and to this point, at least, a speed advantage. It seems like he's a little bit more of the faster wrestler, maybe a little more explosive, maybe even a little more experienced at this point. I don't know how long these guys have been wrestling, but he certainly seems like more willing to take a shot. His defense is pretty strong. I'd like to see his escape defense be a little bit stronger, but
nice job there.
Good job on that. Good reversal.
Oyewole, a nice move there, up 3-2. We got a minute, about 50 seconds to go in this first period.
See him trying to break down the base there. And we'll move back to referee's position on the bottom. For Salter, Oyewole will take the top. Good job so far from both these wrestlers. Some impressive JV wrestling tonight, Tim.
Yeah, it's been fun. There's certainly been no shortage of technique and skill. Like, we've seen a lot of good stuff here.
Yes, and last week I felt like we got a good taste of defensive wrestling, championing a little bit more of a defensive patient style. Both of these teams seem to kind of be willing to let it fly a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty high-scoring matches.
It's fun to watch. I enjoy watching it a lot. Got another 2 points there for Oyewole.
He's got that move now. It's twice he's kind of pulled that move off.
Well, and that's shot defense, right? If a guy shoots on you and you can get around him and get that leg free, you got an opportunity to score. And here, that single leg takedown, that might be what Salter needs, but just maybe the year of experience showing there for Oyewole as this period will come to an end. A brief escape point there for Salter. It's the second time now we've seen an Anoka wrestler end a little bit early and give up the escape point.
Yep, 5-4. They'll flip that and see what Salter decides. Both coaches, you can see both sides' coaching staffs very much into these matches, shouting instructions.
Yeah, good job here from both coaches getting these wrestlers ready. Kind of a stalemate here in the neutral position.
Salter looked like did he defer or did he want this neutral position?
I believe he picked neutral. I didn't see the signal. It might have been a deferral, but I didn't see what color the coin came down on, so I'm working a little blind here.
Yeah, we need to get a coin cam next time. That's a note to Ryan in the truck. Let's try to mount the mount the GoPro above the mat or get the drone out and see if we can get a coin cam.
Boy, an overhead shot would be nice.
Boy, that would be swell, wouldn't it?
Call it the spotlight cam, Tim.
I'm sure
Full of ideas.
I'm sure that's right there in the budget. I'm sure we can get that done.
Good job there. Way to get around that on that shot defense again. And we see that time and time again. Salter just not able to, get himself in a position to finish shots. It's a difficult position to be in. Another good escape here if he can get out of it.
Gets that.
I will say, credit to Salter where it's due. He's not giving up on taking the shot despite the fact that it's not working for him. I'm trying to remember the old basketball player line of, I'd rather go 0 for 50 because I know I didn't give up shooting. It's the same thing here, right? You don't want to quit shooting in a wrestling match because that's where you're going to have your ability to score consistently is taking the shot. Sometimes it's going to burn you. Sometimes, you're going to be able to score a lot, but
Oyewole has been also pretty impressive with his defense.
Yeah, but again, you talk about how heavy those hips are. When he's dropping them on the shoulders of his opponent there, he's just able to get around on that shot because of the leverage that he creates with his hips. You see he kind of presses down into his head and spins around the top of him. I mean, it's really easy to see why that move's been so effective for Oyewole in this match.
9-6 in favor of Oyewole. I'm going to have a hard time saying that 5 times. That's the problem.
Oh, the good news is you've only got to say it a few more.
That's true. Oyewole, 11-6 on Evan Salter.
As we get referee position for Oyewole down. Nice to crawl forward. You'd like to see him sit there. He might try and tip here. He might feel the momentum moving forward.
You were watching the coaching staff of Coon Rapids yelling for that to be the move, but nice job on that one.
Just a difficult position for Salter, and it might just be a function of inexperience. But
and also maybe just strength. He's giving up some weight here. Yep. He's wrestling up a bit, and that is a big difference. Am I right?
It is a big difference. A class maybe not so much. It might not be quite as much difference as we're making it out to be. But you get to these upper weight classes, and it does matter, and you see how thick Oyewole is, just able to drop all that weight on his hips. And it can make life really difficult as a wrestler taking a shot on that guy if you are giving up weight. You're just not used to that much weight being on you normally in a wrestling match. You might not have wrestled a wrestler like this before.
Salter trying to grab a headlock here.
Good aggressive attack there, but probably just not enough time left to make up this difference and score with a minute left in a 7-point difference.
You need to see if you can catch him off guard, maybe get a pin at this point when you're down 7.
Yeah, and Oyewole does not look like he's keen to give that up. So I'm thinking that you're in a difficult spot if you're Salter here. But again, you're a young wrestler wrestling an older wrestler up a weight class. A good showing from him here. I think this is if you're a coach watching this, there's some encouraging things. If you can get him in his normal weight class, I think the result might be a little bit different. But you know, they're not going to make excuses for themselves here. He wanted to execute here, and I just don't think that this is exactly how he wanted this to go. But I appreciate his aggressiveness through the end of this match.
Absolutely, 17-9. This is one of the higher scoring, probably the highest scoring one we've seen to this point.
For sure, and I think that, you know, we talk about the wrestler's mentality of never quit, right? Neither of these, obviously, you'll always no reason to quit. He's up 8 points, but you know, to not
Nice
quit
takedown
for Salter here, a good job by him. You know, truly an encouraging thing for him in this match.
Well, he scored 11 points. I mean, 11 points going to get it done a lot of nights, I think,
That's
if you
right.
can do that.
But you give up 17.
That's tough.
You know, and you got to think, too, a lot of that comes from his own shots.
Yep.
Right?
Or he got reversed or taken down.
Exactly. And you just hope that that's something he can learn from moving forward.
Colton Johnson against Michael Altringer.
Moving into the big boys here.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is, we are in big Haas country here now.
The 285 wrestlers here.
This looks like Friday night at the Nelson House.
Yeah, this is about how it went, except my brothers and I all wrestled 215. But this is looks like Christmas Day now.
I think this was just was this your past Christmas holiday at the family gathering?
You know, we got to show our kids what's up. You know, that you know, our dads can still throw down a little bit.
Yep.
Good speed there. Nice
Just
job by
move the
Altringer.
tree out of the way and off you go.
Now the good news is, now that we've got all the babies in the house, my mom's got the tree pinned to the wall. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Now you're good to go. Yeah, you don't even have to worry about the ornaments flying
Create as much havoc as we want.
Why not?
See how much havoc these two are creating. That was a great takedown there from Altringer. Good job spinning around the top. And we talked about this last week, that especially for wrestlers like this who are, you know, a little younger, maybe, you know, I mean, I know Johnson's a senior, or junior, I mean, but the you know, with these big guys, it can usually mean, you know, whoever's on top first comes away with the win. You know, it's a really tough spot to be on the bottom with 285 plus pounds on top of you, no matter who you are.
That does seem to be the adage of the heavyweights, right? If you can get down to the ground first, you got an opportunity to kind of put a match away fairly quickly.
Yeah, and again, Anoka's style is, we're going to play aggressive. We want to get you down. We want to wear you down. And you see how red Johnson's looking here. He's got that arm wrenched, and there it is.
There it is.
And that'll probably do it at a heavyweight, you know, bout here.
Trying to bridge out here with Johnson.
Just how much weight is sitting on those shoulders. That's a tough place to be. So, you know, he feels he's got it. He's trying to sink that last. Yeah.
Got it.
And again, whoever ends up on top for a lot of that, that's likely where that's going to end.
Colton Johnson definitely looking a little worse for wear here as he lays down still on the ground.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah, no kidding. He might have taken a knee to the nose. I think that's what the ref is indicating, and he's not thrilled.
We appreciate the competitiveness.
Not happy about that. And he is not happy. I think he feels like he got popped a little bit, but
Coach will get in his ear about that and tell him to go cool off.
not happy about that at all as he is heading out on that one.
It's a tough place to be. Understandably upset. The match doesn't go the way you want, and to get kneed in the nose. A little bit of injury to insult there.
No question about that.
Hard place to be. Connor Bowe wrestling here for Coon Rapids.
Connor Bowe, I do believe his opponent is Ethan Cameron.
Sophomore for Anoka here. Cameron giving up a little bit of weight here. Connor Bowe, 282 pounds today at the weigh-in. Ethan Cameron, 241, so a little bit of a weight difference here. A little hard to tell at these upper weights as far as who's heavier and who's not.
I think it's all the same at this point. Nice little turnaround here trying to take him down. Oh man.
A little more action than we're used to seeing on the ground there for these heavyweight wrestlers.
No question.
It's never not appreciated, though.
Staying on their feet as long as they can here as we're coming up on the 1 minute of this first period. Again, hope you're having fun here on QCTV on a Friday night, getting a chance to watch some wrestling.
This is where, if you're looking at Ethan Cameron here, you see how high Connor Bowe is sitting. And he's going to give up his back there, give up his knee. Just not a whole lot of leverage. We talk about leverage a lot in this broadcast. That you want to keep that wrestling posture no matter what weight class you're in, no matter where you are in the match. You give up. You kind of have that straight leg out front. You're leaning out over your leg. It's going to be a difficult situation, even for someone as big as Connor Bowe, to deal with that. Not being in the right position. You give that up and you give up the takedown. That's kind of a what happened? When we look back on this match, if he loses this one, that's what he's going to look at, is just a poor posture from the standing position.
So 2-0 here is kind of a not as high a scoring event as normal, but these two guys are getting after it. Bo on the ground trying to maybe get that 1-point escape before the end of this period. That's happened a few times, but doesn't look like it's going to happen this time.
And we talk about how do you decide whether you want to be up, down, or neutral here. You know, if you're Anoka, I'm thinking you probably want to take up, considering how tired your opponent is and how easily you're able to move him there.
Yeah, Bo looked like he was kind of getting up, grabbing at the arm a little bit, maybe feeling a little bit winded.
And here, you know, Anoka, Ethan Cameron choosing to go down. Interesting decision here in a heavyweight match. Good job sinking out of that, standing up. Just a wider, stronger base here for Ethan Cameron. You know, you see Bo just kind of yanking on him, and it's, you know, it works there, but he just seems to be able to stand up and just seems
so
like
technique may be the issue right now for Bo?
I think that's definitely part of it there, and you see him get turned around again, and now he's in trouble. You know, and part of that is just listening to coaching and not freelancing, right? We talk about how varsity guys are thinking about what they're doing, why they're doing it. You know, for Connor here, I think that maybe you just get into a little bit of trouble freelancing and you end up in a pin situation.
Yeah, it looked like he was almost trying to muscle Cameron there as opposed to using technique or whatever. He was just trying to, like, I'm just going to brute strength this.
100%. And, you know, we talked about that last week, that there's a reason that we do the things that we do and say the things that we say in wrestling. And that's why, right? The old tried and true techniques, they work. And I think that's something that some of these kids have to learn. So,
all right, we get some fun here. Adrian Barnes in our last JV match against Vincent Lutz for Coon Rapids.
Vincent Lutz, a freshman. Adrian Barnes, of course, a sophomore.
Getting a chance to get to know Adrian's our twin brother, Aiden.
Another speech kid.
Speechy. But both Barnes brothers are.
And we see again the difference here in frankly in coaching, right? In how long maybe they've been coached or knowing what to do as heavyweights here. Just a more athletic stance, a more aggressive stance from Barnes here, from the Anoka wrestler in the heavyweight bout. And again, just it's a textbook heavyweight wrestling move, right?
Yeah.
Get the hooks, control the upper body, sweep the leg, and drive. And that's what he's going to do here. And if he can just get chest to chest and sink those hips, he'll use his weight and win this match.
That looks like exactly what he just did right there. Adrian Barnes, very impressive. Nice job by that heavyweight.
And that's the program, right, at these weights, is, you know, the upper weights for Anoka tonight at all levels are a little bit stronger than they are for Coon Rapids, maybe except for Hayden Skillings. So I think we're in for a good one in the varsity match. We're ready to see it. Let's get going.
Absolutely. So that is our JV portion of tonight's broadcast. And we will have our varsity matchup in a little while here tonight on QCTV. And we'll also have a special presentation beforehand with alumni and Todd Springer as well. I want to thank all of our great crew here at QCTV for bringing you some varsity action. And we hope you hang around with us later on this evening for more varsity action here on QCTV. Ryan Nelson Kane, Tim Anderson saying hang with us. We'll see you in a little while on QCTV.
Roundup for Change is a program that was implemented by the Anoka City Council in 2012 and is administered by our utility billing department. What the program does is it rounds up a customer's utility bill to the nearest whole dollar. These funds, which could be as little as 1 cent to as much as 99 cents per month, are collected and then donated to local organizations to help people in our customers' communities. A single customer will never donate more than 99 cents per month, and on average, it's around 50 cents per month per customer that's collected. As of now, we currently have about 40% of our 12,800 customers that are enrolled in the program. At an annual donation of $6 per customer, this helps to raise around $30,000 a year. The organizations receiving these funds are selected by the Anoka City Council. They have established that the organizations should provide basic human needs such as food, shelter, and clothing. Cross services in Rogers, community emergency assistance programs, which serve our customers in Champlin and Dayton, split the donations received from our Hennepin County customers. The donations received from Anoka County customers in Anoka, Coon Rapids, and Ramsey are split equally between ACBC Food Shelf, Alexandra House, and Anoka Community Mission. We know based on information from the food shelves that 1 in 12 Minnesotans and 1 in 8 children face food insecurity each day. This could mean skipping a meal to pay for gas or medications, or just not having access to make good food choices. Our customers can make a big impact on people in their communities by donating just a few cents each month. Customers can enroll in the Roundup for Change program in a few different ways. The first would be new customers who call in to set up service would be asked by our billing utility reps if they would like to enroll in this program. A few options for existing customers would be to call or email our utility billing reps, visit the City of Anoka's website at anokaminnesota.com, or they're always welcome to stop into City Hall, located at 2015 First Avenue, and sign up in person.
Heading down West River Road in Champlin, you may notice some construction happening at the Chandler Park site. Hey, that construction is an effort to provide additional parking and will make a significant improvement to the Mississippi Crossings development area. The Mississippi Crossings proved to be a fun, exciting, and beautiful addition to the community in 2023. The construction at Chandler Park will provide more parking opportunities going into 2024. To stay up to date, be sure to follow QCTV as well as the City of Champlin for all updates related to construction in your community.
We'd like to thank our match sponsors, 24 Restore and Cloud Contents, as well as our individual weight sponsors for their support.
And welcome back, everybody. QCTV, Tim Anderson, Ryan Nelson, Kane with you. At this time, they are going to recognize their seniors here for Anoka High School, and we are going to get in position to showcase that. I know they're also going to have a presentation here for Coach Springer, and we're just going to try to keep you informed as best we can as we work through this process. So there's a look at Coach Springer as he looks to direct traffic, and I think he's ready to go.
Please welcome and thank our seniors as we recognize them tonight. Our first senior, Allie Alltrainer. Parents, Nicole and Matt Alltrainer. Allie participated in wrestling and managing football. Favorite memory, wrestling for Anoka and going to girls state and placing third twice. Allie plans to wrestle in college and become an electrical engineer manager. Congratulations, Allie.
There's a look at Allie Alltringer.
Next, we have Zach Anderson. Parents, Monica and Mike Anderson. Zach participated in wrestling, football, and lacrosse. His favorite wrestling memory is being part of the section team last year. Zach plans to attend college for sports medicine and play football. Zach wants to thank his parents and everyone who supported him.
So look at Zach Anderson.
Zach.
Zach Anderson had a knee injury and has not wrestled this season. Had knee surgery a few weeks back.
Parents of Joe and Missy Botno. Brock participated in hockey, track and ski, baseball, and soccer. Favorite wrestling memory is winning last year's section duel to get the team to state. Brock plans to attend Bemidji State University for engineering. He wants to thank everyone who supported him along the way.
There's Brock Botno.
And finally, Ian Whittick. Parents, John and Brenda Whittick. Ian participated in football, wrestling, and lacrosse. His favorite memory is wrestling in both individual and team state. He plans to attend St. Olaf for nursing and play football. He wants a shout out to his parents and his brother Garrett, friends and coaches for pushing him to be the best. Please congratulate our seniors.
There's Ian Whittick, the last senior. So it's a very young team, Ryan. As you can see, only just a handful of seniors this year, as opposed to maybe the last few years where it's been pretty senior heavy.
Yeah, and you know, this is where every program has to do a restock. This is Anoka. They're still pretty good. So it's just a statement and how good this coaching staff is at building themselves and building these kids up from the time that they're 7th to 8th grade on.
Coming up after the seniors get their group picture here, they're going to have the alumni come down, and this is always a fun event when a lot of alumni come back. We're talking former state champions, people who were Olympic wrestlers or Olympic trial wrestlers, people who wrestled D1, all kinds of tradition in this program. And we're going to see a lot of those folks come out for a photo op here shortly.
And you can see that when you walk in the building, how much tradition there is in the building between the Hall of Fame and the recognition across the back of the home side. There's just so much wrestling tradition specifically here at Anoka High School that it's always cool to come back and see and have them here to demonstrate how great this program has been and continues to be and will be going forward.
That's why a lot of the dignitaries are here tonight, obviously, for Anoka High School. Mike Farley likes to come to these, Lance Wicks, and they can see just the wide array of youth and age and experience coming down that stairwell, those alumni making their way. And this is such a proud family thing. Todd Springer will talk about this, I think, in our interview tonight with him, is talking about just there's really a wrestling family, and that's kind of what's happening here because his whole coaching staff is alumni. They stay loyal here.
Yeah, and it really is the mark of a program how much you can count on people to come back and believe in what it is you're continuing to do. And you forget it's that it's 2024 and everything is a second long. How old this school is and how many great programs have come through this school, maybe some that are not as great as they once were, but the thing that continues to remain year in and year out is Anoka wrestling.
What's fun is you're going to have alumni from 1957 leading us off. How fun is that as they make their way out?
1966. Ed Wilbur, 1970.
Hopefully our camera crew gets an eye on these veteran wrestlers hitting the mat, these old alumni here. So cool to see.
Let's see him throw a half.
Yeah.
Someone take a shot.
Well, we said this last week that wrestlers are wrestlers forever. When will these guys start trying to throw each other around?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get any of that. But.
Well, Springer always wants to throw somebody around, as you can see. So we're up to the 80s now for our alumni.
Dana Bulo, 1990. Aaron Raditich, 1990. Christian Wilson, 1992.
We're into the early 90s here.
1992. Dan Lee, 1992. Jeff Lee, 1994. Jeremy Kelson, 1995.
It's just so cool.
Bill Phillips,
it's really cool.
1996. Tom Wilbur, 1996.
Now we get to find out how old I am because here comes all the people from my high school years.
Derek DeRush, 1999. Chris Perry, 2001. Josh Apple, 2001. Rich Miller, 2001.
Rich Miller, one of the coaches here on this staff.
Steve Kozak, 2002. Ross Curry,
stacked cast here for
2004.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Tyler Armstrong, 2004. Dusty Iverson, 2006.
It's a big turnout for alumni night. That's fun to see.
2006. John Cameron, 2007.
Now he's starting to get in the mind here.
Andy Hildry, 2007. Lucas Murray, 2007.
Lucas Murray, another one who works a lot with this program.
Wexler, 2008. Jake Bajan, 2009. Josh McClain, 2009. Cole Harris, 2011.
Jake Bajan almost got taken down by Springer.
2012. BJ Seastrom, 2012. Matt Knox, 2015. Jesse Heffert, 2016.
Starting to get those guys who graduated recently.
Jesse Heifert, my brother wrestled him.
2017.
Getting the guys I'm familiar with here.
Yeah.
Malakowski, 2023.
So cool to see that.
Eli Paulson.
His former defending state champion, freshly graduated Eli Paulson.
Paulson, coach. Roger Robotham, coach. Evan Rasmussen, 2020 manager. Congratulate all the alumni and past alumni, and those that could not make it.
Very, very nice. Congratulations to all those folks for getting recognized here tonight. And it's cool to see all those folks come back. Going to get a big photo op here for Coach Springer as we celebrate his 450th win last week. A lot of these guys were here for a lot of them. Not some of those older guys in the back, but certainly a lot of those folks in the front were around for those victories.
Absolutely. There's a whole lot of hardware in that group. You'll probably walk around that top spot up there and see a lot of their names.
You probably will. Why don't you go down there and see if you can shoot a half on somebody really quick?
Tim, I'm wearing $500 dress shoes. I don't think I'm going to do that.
I thought you were going to cut a Ric Flair promo on me right now talking about.
You know, I got the watch, I
got
got the
hold
rings,
the
I got the
alligators
shoes.
down, yeah.
No.
All right, Mike Farley is speaking right now.
We're really excited to have this big crowd tonight. In a few moments, I'm going to explain why. And having these guys out here tonight, you'll understand a little bit more why this is such a big deal tonight. And I know Coach Springer doesn't like this stuff, but this is a big honor tonight. I started coaching against this guy about 25 plus years ago, a long time ago. I knew it was tough back then, but when I got here and started working with him here at Anoka High School, I began to understand why Anoka Wrestling is a premier program in the state of Minnesota. You look at the alumni we have here tonight and the legends that have gone through this high school and wrestled into the college ranks. We even have one wrestled in the Olympics. I'm proud to say I wrestled him for opening day assembly and came out of it with all my ACLs and shoulders in place. But tonight we're excited because people nowadays do not understand what it takes to be a head coach of a premier program. And premier means every single year you're ranked in the top 10. This guy that I've watched for the last 19 years while I've been here coaches and works 365 days out of the year. The program does not stay at this level without someone of his caliber at the helm. It's not unusual, and I take pride in being the first here and the last to leave. It's not unusual for him to be here before me and leave hours after I do. That includes all year round, getting ready for the next season, and running a youth program, and working on the freestyle program and Greco program. It's a non-stop deal to get to where he's at tonight. And I am honored as a colleague and a friend to be able to announce tonight that Coach Springer, with his 450th win, has become the winningest coach in Anoka wrestling history. The history of one of the best wrestling programs in the history of Minnesota. And the best part is, we've worked out a deal. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So that number's going to grow. Now Mr. Wicks is going to do a presentation and give us some words. But folks, this is a really big deal for our community and for our program. And I got to tell you, he deserves every bit of this. So one more big round of applause for this guy.
Now Lance Wicks, Activities Director for Anoka High School.
What an honor it is to be here tonight here. First of all, props to Coon Rapids. Here's a great rivalry. We need two great teams, two great programs for rivalry. Special thanks to the alumni, the coaches, the fans, boosters, everybody who supported us on this long journey here. Todd, You're an amazing ambassador for the sport, Anoka High School, and the community. In your tenure, 15 conference titles, 9 section titles, numerous state placements at state, 72 individual state participants, 14 champions. Many of them are here tonight here. But most importantly, you and your staff have positively impacted hundreds upon hundreds of young wrestlers in the sport of wrestling, instilling and modeling work ethic, integrity, respect, and family values, including my son. We want to honor you with a plaque to hang in the wrestling room where you have spent countless hours. We have honored coaches and athletes, but never have we had an honor for you. You deserve this. It sets the start date of the year 2000, but no end date. We worked out a deal. You're here longer than us on that one here. We hope you have many more victories, all the successes in the world. Congratulations. Thank you, folks.
It's a very nice honor for Coach Springer. Now he'll say a few words.
Quickly, I just want to acknowledge we have the best fans in the state, some of the best wrestlers, best program that I can imagine, and I'm really proud of. What's really unique is I have two of my greatest mentors that have built and shaped me here. Roger Robotham and Doug Paulson. They laid down the stepping blocks for me to just follow and guide. And thank you. Tons of thanks to the coaches and co-coaches that we have here. It's been a ride. Thank you, everybody. We continue to keep this tradition alive.
Fantastic, Coach Springer. We'll be back with more after this on QCTV.
Thank you, alumni.
'Twas the morning after snowfall before the plows arrived. Not a person was out, they all stayed inside. The kids ran to the window, the dog almost trampled, filled with excitement because school was just canceled. They grabbed jackets and mittens and bolted outside. We must free the hydrant, they all cried. They shoveled 3 feet around and the hydrant was free, keeping snow at a good distance in case of emergency.
Hi, this is Cole with Anoka County SHIP, and I have a question for you. When was the last time you moved from your seat? Movement makes all the difference in living the healthiest life you can, especially if you're working from home or the office where you're probably sitting down all day. So whether it's getting up for a cup of coffee or walking over to check out the window, a little bit of movement can make a lot of difference for your health. So get up and get moving with Anoka County SHIP every day at goanokacounty.org. Thanks.
Greetings, dear viewer, on the next episode of Game Sharks. We are wrapping up the year. We're talking about our top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games of the year with a couple honorable mentions as well. We enjoyed this year so much. It was a stacked year. Everybody won when it came to gaming, and we hope that you'll join us for a lengthy discussion to wrap up this year. Until then, take care.
Back on QCTV, tonight's big matchup for the Golden Shoes as Anoka takes on Coon Rapids in their long-standing rivalry, and I'm standing next to the longtime coach here at Anoka High School, Todd Springer, just celebrating your 450th win. You and I were talking a little bit after the match last week with Champlin Park. You said that you hadn't really given it a lot of thought, 450 wins. In fact, you said your son had asked you to recall your first win, and you said you weren't sure if you knew in much detail about that. Have you thought about it since?
I still don't. No. I haven't given it much thought. It's been a whirlwind of emotions and everything else. I mean, I still remember the legendary Ron Malcolm, my head coach, who's in the Hall of Fame. He had, it was, I think, his 350th, and we were at Apple Valley wrestling an invitational, and we celebrated that milestone. So pretty amazing that time flies that fast.
Yeah, seems to be a perfect thing. You've eclipsed that then, I guess, is that number. Have you? Where are we in comparison to those numbers now? Is that something you think about?
I never gave it one thought. Last year, my head statistician, which is Diana DeRush, who has been with me for, 25 years. Her sons wrestled for me, and so she still hangs around. Just filled me in that, hey, you're getting close to the legendary Ron Malcolm. So pretty neat.
That is pretty cool. When you think about all the wrestlers you've coached and worked with, and all the coaches you've worked with, it's hard to put or quantify one specific person or any kind of specific thing, but is there like a common theme or a common idea that you keep coming back to when you think of all the wrestlers you've coached or all the coaches you've worked with?
I was thinking about that. I thought, is he going to ask who's your favorite wrestler that you coached or whatever? We've had 14 individual state champs in my time, hundreds of individual to state and everything else. But I love those brand new wrestlers that come off the football field, never gave it a try, that want to give it a shot and improve and get better in another sport, if it's football or anything else. I love working with those wrestlers. We have just had a real knack with working with brand new wrestlers, but really fortunate to have such elite wrestlers come through the program with, Jake Deitzler, who's an Olympian, with Tyler Eichens, who's wrestling Division I right now, and I could go on and on. So,
what keeps you coming back then? I guess you've done everything you've probably wanted to do. So you're a young guy though. Yeah. You're not old yet or anything. You got a long way to go here. So what's going to motivate you now going forward? What's the new goal, if there is one?
I think what keeps me coming back is my wife. My coaches described the other night. I'm sure Angie, my wife, doesn't want you at home during the winter that much. So you might as well keep going. But, my wife has been the rock to keep this going. You have to be, with the amount of time that is demanded in this sport to coach. All of my coaches are alumni that I coached. I think what's very unique and fun is they're coaching with me now, and they're having sons wrestle in our youth program. And they're my managers, some of them are alumni, and their daughters that I have coached. So that's what keeps me going. Mike Farley, the best administrator I've ever worked for, he states that the Anoka wrestling family, and truly, that's what Anoka wrestling has been.
I think you summed it up perfectly, Coach. Way to go. Right. Congratulations. Good luck tonight. And we'll see if you can take home the Golden Shoes another year.
You bet.
Thank you so much. And we'll be back with more right after this on QCTV. And welcome back tonight as we get to the varsity time, as it's the Anoka Tornadoes taking on the Coon Rapids Cardinals for the Golden Shoes. It is Tim Anderson and Ryan Nelson Kane with you here. And we've just finished all the introductions and all the pregame festivities, Ryan. Now we get a chance to take a look at these two teams again.
Yeah, we get to the part that Coach Springer really wants to get to, which is let's wrestle. This is the old rivalry. I think Anoka's won 7 of the last 10 Golden Shoes matches here. Going to be a really great duel. We're going to see the experience of two really strong programs, two storied programs here, and just add another chapter to those shoes over there.
Absolutely, and of course I got to move all that garbage. We've got a half-drinking water bottle there. We got an old Dr. Pepper sitting next to us. Move those out of the way. There you go. There's a good look at the trophy that they are playing for in a good rivalry matchup here. The announcement of the rosters have been introduced. We are ready to wrestle here tonight. Todd Springer, the head coach, along with a host of strong assistants. Adam Thronson, Adam Leiter, Noah Glenn on the other side, coaching it up for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Getting ready for our first announcement. We're ready to wrestle.
For Coon Rapids, they are open for Anoka, Gigi Brand.
So they're going to go open in their first match, and Gigi Brand gets the walkthrough.
Of course, the big A still sitting there ringside.
So nobody to wrestle Gigi tonight.
They didn't want her.
They introduced names, but they did not decided to open it.
For Coon Rapids, Alex Jean.
Alex Jean. Finnegan Brahmanchenko will wrestle instead against Alex Jean. Gigi Bragg gets the 6 points in the walkover open win, and now here we go. There's Finnegan Brahmanchenko coming out of a big A and ready to wrestle. Finnegan, a freshman, versus Alex Jean, a sophomore for Coon Rapids.
Shot immediately there from Jean. Good head control there from Brahmanchenko. A little bit of a topsy-turvy match so far here for these two. A little energy coming out. See if we can get a shot here from either one of these guys. How fast they're moving. Really looking for arm control there is Jean. Brahmanchenko's just got to get those hips around, and he'll take his two.
There you go. Nice job by Finnegan Brahmanchenko.
He's going to look for that control of that left shoulder and see if he can drive Jean's head into the mat there and run it around.
I'm trying to think of what takes longer, a takedown by Finnegan or saying his full name before that happens. I'm trying to think of what takes longer to do.
You're not going to catch me trying to say it 5 times fast, I'll tell you that. A good takedown there.
Nice takedown.
He'll take the 3 there because of the escape point that he had. 3-2 there in favor of Jean. Good quick move. Oh, he's got it in tight.
Can Brahmanchenko turn it over? Not able to do so yet as Jean stays on top of his back.
There for Jean. Jean wrestling a class up here. So is Brahmanchenko. Little sophomore on freshman action here. Brahmanchenko being a freshman and Jean being the sophomore. We're usually seeing those underclassmen here at these lower weights. It's rare to see older wrestlers here, just by the nature of.
That's just kind of where they are, right?
They're kids down here.
Exactly.
It's always a good opportunity to get these kids varsity time, though, if you can get younger kids down in this type of match.
Brahmanchenko gets the takedown and squares it as we wind down this first period. Really fun here from these two. There's the end of that.
5-all. Well, a bit of a stalemate there at the end, in more ways than one.
So Anoka grabs the early 6-0 lead overall on the team as they were open at 107, and a win for Gigi Bragg without having to wrestle, and kind of feel like that bothered her a little bit. I think she was really in the mood to wrestle tonight.
Oh, it's hard not to with the big presentation that they give him here. I'd want to wrestle too. I want to wrestle now. Coach Springer got me all fired up.
You had a chance. I told you to go out there during the alumni night and shoot the half on somebody. I don't think you wanted some of those guys.
Coon Rapids defers there in the end of the period. Anoka will take what looks to be a reversal here.
Nice job by
Brahmanchenko. Good job getting the arm bar. He's going to run that around. He's got to take them big steps there. Brahmanchenko's got to take that right around his head. That right leg out. Good job by Zhang hooking that, preventing that from happening. He's got it. You just get his knee out, and there's the step. He'll step over. They got him stacked. If you can just sink it in real tight right there. You just got to drop those hips. Zhang is in some trouble here. Brahmanchenko still with control of that left arm of Zhang. Got 2 back points there. He's going to need one more as a power half if he can drive that over as well. Good job on the near fall.
Gives him the 4-point advantage here in period 2. And right now, if you're Zhang, you're just trying to get up off the mat, get an escape here, and then maybe reset yourself.
Really just trying to get anything. We talked again, we said this a lot in the JV match. We said it a lot last week watching Anoka. They just wear you down through the second period. They're going to They'll get the reversal on you. They'll take their points, but they will grind you until you don't have any energy left, and then they just score in the third. They're not. They look for pins where they can take them, but they want to have good technically sound wrestling that they know isn't going to lose them matches. You'd rather have 3 points than give up 6.
It's always fun that they dim the lights a bit here for these these matches. It just creates a really cool vibe here in the field house.
It's got an air of tradition.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you're wrestling in the basement or something?
It's a little bit here of a stalemate again at the end of this period. You get the feeling that,
like both guys are content to get to the end here.
Well, I think they're fighting here. They're strength on strength. You see a lot of hand fighting away from the camera here. But obviously, we've got limited angles here. We don't have the other side. But if we were on the other side, you'd be able to see kind of what Bromachenko's doing. He's just trying to work those hands, right? Seeing if he can find any kind of leverage and good defense from Zhang. They're not letting him have it on the edge of the mat, which is really where you want to be if you're in a position where you're down, because you don't want to give up the pin. You can try to escape that way and live to fight another day. So if you play good defense, you're playing it around the edge. You don't want to get sunk deep here in the center of the mat where you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, they stood up there, and a nice takedown by Bromachenko as they were standing up.
Strong power half there from Bromachenko too. He's just driving his head into the mat, looking for whatever he can get here. Talk about breaking down that base. You see him starting to move that leg, drive those shoulders over. It's slow, it's methodical. I use the description of an anaconda slowly constricting their prey. That's kind of what you see out of these Anoka wrestlers at every level, is they're just sort of content to just work you. They just work and work and work until they feel like they've got something they can run on, and here he feels like he's got it.
I think
that's a good sunk deep. He's just got to sink those hips on the shoulder and lift the head.
He's got a minute here. If he can just hang and hold him down, maybe get this pin.
I think he's just got to control the head a little bit better than he's controlling it right now. He's not going to give up that left shoulder as Zhang. Good job there. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. You see that little gap there in the shoulder. That's why he's not going to get it, but he keeps him down. He's got to get his arm out from around his back and scoop the head if he wants to win this. And he'll just take the back points there.
Near fall
we are up 10 points. If this ends now, this will be a 4-point win for Anoka. He's looking for more back points here. He wants to get to 5 if he can't get the pin.
This was 5-5 after the first period. Zhang came out on fire, but Bromachenko has really asserted himself in these last couple of periods.
Absolutely, and Bromachenko just a year younger too. So this is, maybe you can't ascribe that so much to varsity experience here, but just a strong match here from Bromachenko. He's got the back points deep again. This might be a pin.
He's got it. If he can lock it down at the end, and they'll run out of time, but
and he'll give him 3 points there. That'll be a 13-point win. Not quite enough for a tech fall.
But he gets enough for a 4-point victory, and a nice job by Finnegan Bromachenko. And then we'll wait our next matchup.
Just a tough one there for Zhang.
He got off to such a good start.
Yeah, and again, there's there's a joke about Michigan football that it feels a bit like you're watching somebody drown a ferret, where you think the ferret has a chance, and eventually they just wear out and they give up. And that's kind of what happens when you're wrestling Anoka here.
Aiden Hoverston will step in, and so will Owen Rody.
All these Anoka wrestlers are just so physical, and they're really good once they get on top of you, of just wearing you out and grinding you down. It's just really, really difficult to compete with if you're not used to it and you're not expecting it.
Well, they are called the Anoka Brawlers for a reason. You come in here after school and down to that wrestling room, it is physical.
Another good takedown, 2 points there for Owen Rody.
Yeah, Owen Rody quickly up 2-0 here. Up 10-0 total are the Tornadoes, off to a great start as they look to capture the golden shoes yet again.
He just holding that head, got all the kinds of leverage. He'll get back to the control position there. Not really any threat of an escape on that exchange there from Aiden Haverstein.
We see 2 referees in this matchup, Rhino. We did not see that last week in the Champlain matchups that we saw, but we get 2 tonight.
Yep, and it's a couple of better eyes, another guy that can help you out, right? He's going to be your timekeeper too. right? So those kind of things happen. We've got a potential pin danger here. Rody's got to do a little bit better job controlling that. He'll take the 2 points there for back points. Give those to him.
Trying to turn Hoverston over.
Hoverston doing a good job of being in control of himself here and not giving up the extra back point. Able to roll over. You give up the 2. You don't want to give up the 3. We talked about that last week with the tech falls, that the back points are really where you make your money if you want the 5th point on the major decision. If you want the technical fall, you don't get the pin, but you roll over. You need to keep getting back points. We're up 4-0 here at the end of the first here with 10 seconds to go. Good sit there from Hoverston, just not able to get it out. 3 seconds left, and this one's going to end with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, good first period there for Owen Rohde. So a defer. And Coon Rapids is going to take the down position here, maybe hoping for a quick escape.
And you see the difference here a little bit between these two programs where, Coon Rapids has good athletes, right? These are good athletes. They're not taking nothing away from them. They're obviously they're not quitting. They're good at what they're doing. But this is a top program in the state, and it has been for a long, long, long time. You've got a legend over there coaching on the side for Anoka, and there's just, you see the difference, and it's in conditioning, it's in the details, and they're just a little bit more. They just appear to be a little bit more detailed in their wrestling, and a little more technical than Coon Rapids is at this moment.
I do think technique is certainly a good word, right, to kind of describe what you're seeing for early on from these smaller weights for Anoka with these younger wrestlers as well, as if this process is really about teaching the technique, and as the season progresses, these young wrestlers get better and better.
Absolutely, and mastering that technique and moving to a place where you're not just demonstrating knowledge of the technique, but you're also demonstrating the ability to create technique and create opportunities for yourself using multiple techniques. That is such a life skill, and it's something that you see when you're teaching somebody something, that when they can improvise, when they can create on their own, that they've mastered the material. And that's what you see out of the senior wrestlers at Anoka constantly, consistently. Every single time they have a senior, you're not questioning the technique of that senior.
Certainly not.
They are well versed in the technique. They are well versed in the style. Coach Springer tonight told us that there is a definite style. There is focus points for them as a wrestling program, and you see it. It bears itself out, and that's why you have such a consistent program for Anoka.
You notice he wasn't saying it. He wasn't telling us what those focus points or techniques were. He kept that pretty close to the vest.
You know what? 450 wins. I'd keep it close to the vest, too.
6-1 right now. 30 seconds to go, second period. Owen Rohde and Aiden Hoverston. Hoverston got a recent point for an escape.
Yeah, just not a whole lot happening in this match particularly right now. Bit of a stalemate. Rohde needs to get his head out. Yeah, there it is. He'll get his 2.
Nice job there by Owen Rohde.
We've got one more period to go. It's 8-1. We are on tech fall watch here for Owen Rohde. Obviously, he scored 8 points through 2. If he can get himself up 15 points, that'll be all she wrote.
He'll go down here, Owen Rohde, as it's 8-1 heading into the third period. This is match 3, technically. GG Bragg didn't get a chance to wrestle. That was in the 107 weight class.
You see Rohde just looking for an opportunity to find leverage. He does a good job of trying to pick the hands, does a good job sitting, grabbing the leg. He'll run it around for the reversal for 2.
Technical violation for Rapids, 1 point.
That'll be 3 points for the reversal because of the technical violation for Coon Rapids.
And now rolling him around.
You're looking for those back points here, as we are 5 points to go on the technical fall. Barring any points from Coon Rapids here in Aiden Hoverston. Hoverston just a sophomore here, but Owen Rohde a freshman. Again, the sophomores of Coon Rapids looking just technically overmatched against these freshmen of Anoka here.
And it goes to show you that we're starting to reload here a bit again at Anoka.
Yeah, if I were, and we didn't mention this at the top of the broadcast. I don't think we've talked about it at all yet. Anoka moves into the guillotine rankings for Minnesota. They move into number 10 for the rankings in the state. As young a team as they are, perennially a top 10 team. Look out.
Yeah, it's the conversation that you heard during the presentation to Coach Springer from Mike Farley and his comments, the principal here at Anoka, talking about being running a premier program, being a top 10 team year after year after year, the kind of time that takes.
Well, and the more impressive thing is you only have one ranked wrestler, and your rank is number 10.
Yes, that's right.
And obviously these are names that need to get out. They're names that people need to learn, because this is a team that is going to be very good down the stretch. You have freshmen that are learning quickly, and they're competing, and they're beating wrestlers that are older than them.
Yep.
These are things that you look for when you start to talk about a team that is growing at the right time, getting hot at the right time. Anoka doing just that, and then they lose a tough one against Moundsview earlier in the week. They come right back, and it looks they're off to a really great start against Coon Rapids team here that they've had a really good history against in the last 10 years.
Trying to get a pin here late on Aiden Hoverston. His roadie is 5 seconds. He's up by 10. And that'll do. Nice job by Owen Rohde.
That'll be another major decision there, a 4-point win for the Anoka Tornadoes in the duel.
And we're up to 14-0 for the Tornadoes as we get set for our next weight class.
It's definitely not insurmountable here for the Coon Rapids Cardinals, but it is, as they say, getting late early.
The senior against David Garcia, the freshman. This is a nice tall order for the young freshman Cardinal against one of those few seniors. Not many. We only mentioned 4 seniors for this Anoka Tornadoes team. Brock Botno, one of them.
And again, you see just the aggression from Coon Rapids, and a good attempt at a takedown there. Good job from him. More patience from an Anoka wrestler than we're used to seeing here out of Botno early. So go down 2 points to nothing.
David Garcia off to the quick start for the Cardinals.
Maybe a little bit of an experience error there for Garcia, as Botno is nearly able to reverse that if he could just get that hand off his right leg.
Gets it. Reversal for Botno, tied at 2.
Anoka eating on those reversals early here in the duel. They just seem to be able to flip and flip and flip. That is invaluable in duels like this, when you want to put a team away early before you get to really the strength of your lineup. We talked a little bit last week about how good Anoka is down the stretch of this lineup. You get to 152 with Austin West, the one ranked wrestler on this roster, and past that, it is a very good top of the card here for the Anoka Tornadoes. We talk about Ian Whittick and Luke DeShane and Max Berglund and Michael Chamberlain. Those guys are all solid wrestlers.
Yeah, we saw that last week for sure. Those guys are very impressive, and now we get a quick timeout here.
And you get to 152 if you can find a way to win these matches. It becomes very difficult for a team like Coon Rapids to come back, just because of how strong.
And it's tough not having your Kenny Wells or Aiden Hollister going later on tonight for the Cardinals. So you just wanted to kind of tread water here if you were Coon Rapids. Just try to maybe get a pin here, pin there.
Yeah, Kenny Wells, one of 2 guys ranked on this squad for Coon Rapids. Obviously, the other one coming up is Jack Bridenstine, their 133 wrestler. We'll see him tonight.
Might have been a little equipment malfunction there on the helmet. They're trying the
headgear.
They're trying to fix that, get that back on.
And this is kind of where you needed to make your money if you're Coon Rapids, right? You needed to have some points early here, giving up the 107 match there and giving it open to Gigi Bragg. I wouldn't want to wrestle her either. She's intimidating, but
she's very good. Yes, no doubt about that.
But the fact is that you need these points, and we talked to JV coach Tim Mandyke before the match, and they felt like if they had the lineup they had last week, this week, they may have a shot. But Kenny Wells, ranked 10th in his weight class in the state according to the guillotine, and Aiden Hollister, a great athlete in his own right, explosive, fast, strong. Just not able to go tonight. And you're putting yourself in a tough situation.
Yeah, Botno the takedown, right, or trying to take down and get the points, but doesn't have it just yet. Now grabs a leg.
It's worth noting that Garcia is the last freshman listed on the roster here for the...
Yeah, it's pretty upperclassman heavy the rest of the way for the Cardinals.
You got Bridenstine, who's a sophomore, but past that, it looks like it's all juniors and seniors from here. If, of course, they stick to the roster that we have, they might make some changes.
There's a mat cam for you right there.
That's a fun angle. I like that one.
It's a cool angle indeed.
You got a good one here.
2-2. They get through that first period, and I think they want to stand up here, Garcia says.
Garcia, I would too. I was able to get that takedown early. And see if we can get that again, a little burst of energy, and see if we can grab that leg and take that shot again. A little slower here, not quite the pace that we saw early in the first. Garcia content to head fight and take a quick shot there.
There's two there.
That same shot we saw early. Maybe feeling that Brock Bottonow's shot defense is not up to par.
You think that Garcia basically just let Bottonow get back up because he wants to take him back down again?
Yeah, and you see the difference here is, you know, Bottonow probably a little stronger on the ground. Garcia needs to take those shots, right? He needs to be able to take that quick shot. You see him just kind of toss Bottonow off to the side and rush the shot afterward.
So they restart, and that is just fine for Garcia. Does not mind standing back up again.
His coach will tell him to take that shot again. We'll just go back to work. Garcia content just to kind of let this happen his way here.
There you go again.
It's impressive from a freshman here. He'll have a shot here at a pin, but if we can just get that head out.
Oh, this is a nice move here
a
for
tough
Garcia.
Spot. A very difficult spot here for Bottonow. Garcia's got that in deep. His shoulders look like they're nearly on the mat here.
Garcia's got him in the circle where he needs him.
Garcia needs to squeeze. He needs to squeeze hard and get that head off the mat so he can't bridge his back. Bottonow doing a good job keeping that shoulder off the mat. Anytime you see those hips turn, you know he's doing a good job. He needs to not grab. There it is.
They got it.
That's exactly what he didn't need to do, was try to grab back on the head. Just keep turning, working what you were doing, but eventually that anaconda strikes.
That's impressive from the young freshman. That was a really cool performance, and they get 6 points, and that's a big one.
And just like that, we got a match again. This one, Connor Smith looks to have his hands full, as Bridenstine is obviously the ranked wrestler here.
Bridenstine, a sophomore captain. Connor Smith, a sophomore as well, 133. These two will probably see a lot of each other over the next few years, you have to think.
100%. This looks like it's going Bridenstine's way early. He's got him in the cradle deep. He's got his 2 points as he looks to roll that over for a pin.
Oh, he's got to look at it.
He's got that in deep. He's got it hard. Smith's going to kick and kick and kick. He'll take his 3 back points.
Really good stuff from Jack Bridenstine so far.
Yeah, and this is just a looks experienced. He looks strong. He looks fast.
Hair flying all over the place here from Bridenstine.
He'll continue to work that hard. I continue to notice that this year that you have so much long hair in wrestlers compared to what I'm used to seeing from wrestlers years past. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I noticed, when I was in high school, we were shaving kids' heads. We don't do that so much anymore.
It's just a good look. I like it myself. What can I say?
Yeah, but you got to do that.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Bridenstine continuing to just ride along on Connor Smith. Up 5 points here late in this first period. Got off to a hot start.
Still trying to muscle for that cradle.
Got it
again. He's got more back points there. That's his 3rd. There's the back points there. He'll move up 8-0 after this.
Well, that's a couple times now he's made that move. That's been really impressive.
Yeah, up 8-0 in the first here. That's Connor Smith's going to have his hands full.
Well, he's just been put in an awkward position, and another pin for more back points here. Near fall chance.
Yeah, that's another 3 points, and we are officially on tech fall watch. All up 11-0 with 10 seconds to go in this period. He might try to get another near fall if he can here.
Connor Smith just wants to get this one over with and regroup and maybe take his chances here and see if he can get on top.
Yeah, you live to fight another day, but as we said in the JV matches, these guys don't give up. He knows he's got a shot as long as he's still on the mat.
So a defer from Connor Smith. And I think we'll see what Jack Bridenstine wants to do.
He'll
stand
neutral.
up.
I imagine we'll see a quick takedown here.
Shoots that leg.
There's more back points coming up here. He'll scoop the head with the knee, roll him over with that shoulder pull, and we're going to look for a pin right here.
Connor Smith is having to try to fight a lot from his back.
Yeah, this is what we call playing with your food. This is, he's just practicing out there. He's looking for a pin.
He looks like he's got it right there. It's pretty close.
Yep, he's just going to squeeze that head. Connor Smith's just screaming. He's got nothing left. He's just got to set the hips and go. That'll be 3 back points. That'll do it.
Jack Bridenstine, this has been impressive stuff here.
This is just dominant. This is just a different class of wrestler than Connor Smith is used to seeing. There it is. He's got his head.
There you go, got it. Back-to-back pins from the young freshman, David Garcia, and now the sophomore, Jack Bridenstine, and it's 14-12 overall.
Coon Rapids making a fight out of this. We talked about this is where you need to score. This is where you've got to make some hay here. Back-to-back pins puts you only 2 points down and right back in this thing.
Gilbert Kostick, Caden Ban, and Gilbert Kostick.
Got another.
This will be a leverage matchup for sure. Kostick looks to be a little taller, a little bigger.
Yeah, I'd say look for who comes out of this thing lower, who's got a lower center of gravity in this, and who's fighting from that spot. Right now, it looks like Kostick.
Kostick tries to get really low. Caden Ban comes from that great Ban wrestling family. Looking for even more here.
Good job on that defense from Kostick there.
Oh, nice total. Big physical takedown from Caden Ban, and they're out of the circle.
Ban maybe feeling like he's got an opportunity here.
Well, these two aren't goofing around. They ran back to the center of the circle to get this going.
If you're Caden Ban and you get a takedown like that, you want that. You want to get back as soon as possible, and he's got the hooks. He's got control of that right arm. Now he's just riding him up high, getting him back to the ground. He's going to try and drive that shoulder into the ground. He'll pull that back around. He's going to get a danger call here if he's not careful. Try to flip the body over, but as soon as that elbow passes 90 degrees, you're going to get a call from the ref. Wisely goes back over the top of that arm. Caden Ban just looking for a little bit of leverage there. You'll see him try to throw a power half there and push the head down.
This is the easiest way when you're a guy like Caden Ban. You are giving up that height. You get to the ground, that leverage goes away.
Sure does. You have that straight arm. He'll work that over as just squeezing, just that anaconda. Just looking for a way to move that opponent's shoulder to the ground, willing it if he can. He's got the half in deep. He's going to sink his hips. Kostick in trouble here.
Caden Ban looking very impressive so far.
I think Caden's got this. He's got the shoulders on the ground there. Just nothing Kostick can do. His head is off the ground. Just a perfect form half there. Difficult spot here. Oh, good back points there. To let him back up. See another takedown quick, I imagine.
Kostick tries to just get on top of Ban this time, try to prevent Caden Ban from getting on his back.
Caden's going to look to reestablish that shot, pull that knee in tight. We talked about that all last week as Anoka just seemed to be working knee picks against Champlain Park last week. Another good move there from Ban to get around. He's got to get his head free and get that hand off his left leg for his 2 points. That'll end the period.
There you go. Really good from Caden Ban. That was impressive.
Good
Comes
start
out
early
strong
there.
with some great energy. Took it right to him.
We talk again about the 5-point tech falls here. Up 7-1 with 2 periods to go with how dominant that first period is. If Kostick doesn't make some adjustments, he's going to find himself in trouble very quickly here.
So when you're down 7-1 like this, and what are you trying to? What do you want to do right away here? What are you going to try to do? First 15 seconds.
If I'm doing anything, I'm pulling that leg up and I'm trying to put him in a difficult situation where he's got to fight off his back. It looks exactly like what he's trying to do here. Is he's just trying to work that base down and be methodical. You got to be patient. You're not going to get all 6 points back in a single move. right? You have to be patient. You have to trust that you can win the little, sort of runs here, right? The runs of points that you get. The next one has to be yours. If not, you're in danger of both a tech fall and running out of energy and ending up pinned. We saw that in the last match.
Kostic staying on top.
He's got that cradle. Let's see if he can flip it. Looks like he's got his hands in tight. Caden Band maybe in a little bit of trouble here if he can't. He's got to do something. He's going to get a stalling call here. He doesn't seem to be picking the hands. He doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. He's content to take the 7-1 lead. A good attempt at a reversal there. He's got the leg. He's got to suck that in.
Oh, nice turn by Caden Band. Now we're up to 9-1. I felt like we saw Caden last week. I feel like he's more aggressive. Like he just seems faster, quicker tonight.
It seems like he's trying to wrestle a different way, that maybe his strategy is just a little bit different tonight. I feel like we saw the athleticism from him last week, but he was trying a couple of things, right? I'm not even, was he wrestling at 139 last week? I felt like he wrestled
try to
up.
remember that. Yeah, that's.
If he wrestled up, that would make some sense. This feels way more in his wheelhouse. He feels faster. He feels like he understands what's coming. His technique looks a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. I think that maybe he just looks like he's in a better spot this week than he was last week.
That one rolled out of the circle, and now they'll move right back to the down position here for Kostic. Still down 8 points.
And he's got to move here.
A quick escape here is needed.
Yeah, we've got 15 seconds left in the second period. It's going to be a lot easier to come back if you can make this a 9-4 match as opposed to a 9-1 match or an 11 or 12-1 match if you lose back points here. Of course, we get to 16-1, the match is over anyway, so if we're looking for 7 points from Band here, and if he wants to have that, he's going to need to do it early third.
Well done right there. Caden Band, yeah, very impressive through 2 periods. It sounds like Kostic wants to stay down, so that's what we will do. Band on top.
Band just continuing to work, looking for leverage, a good cross face there. Doesn't yield anything, but doesn't hurt to hit your opponent in the face a couple of times where it's legal.
It's a good way to describe that. I like how you kind of caveated that in there at the end.
They do a good job of sinking that arm across his throat there as he just tries to wear his opponent down. Kostic doing a good job of working back to his base, just not able to get there with the way that Caden Band is.
And Band's in the driver's seat right now. Yeah, he doesn't have to have any urgency in this moment.
No, he doesn't, and I think what you're seeing here is Kostic's not doing anything. He's going to find himself in a...
Stalemate.
We're going to call that a stalemate. I'd call that stalling, but that's neither here nor there. Kostic here is not
puts us right back in the position we were anyway, right?
Yeah, it does. And we see maybe a chin drop attempt here at a pin for Band. I think he's maybe done trying to work this. He's got an arm there. We're working back points again. Caden Band sinking that half in deep here. I don't see if he's got it. No, he doesn't have it yet. Looks like he's working on tightening it. He doesn't have the position yet. There it is. Now he's got it. He's going to lift that head. He's going to try to go chest to chest here, just run that shoulder into the ground. I think there's going to be a pin here in about 5 seconds.
Looks like it. Caden
just
Band.
get that shoulder off the shoulder on the mat there. Either way,
Kostic doesn't want to take the pin here. You'll lose by 3 or 4. You don't want to lose by more than that.
That's right. And he'll live to fight another day here. That's another 3 points. Caden Band needs 4 for the tech fall. Don't think he's going to get that in 25 seconds, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
He's just a little too methodical for that. And I don't think Kostic's defense is bad enough to give it up at this point.
Nope, certainly not. 12 seconds.
He'll be content to give up 4 points here, where you're still in striking distance with a pin. As you have...
Caden Band just going to ride him here, hang on to the end.
So you've got Mason Ross coming up with Garrett Whittick.
There we go.
4-point decision.
And one of the captains for Anoka set up next with Garrett Whittick. Garrett Whittick will take on Mason Ross.
Mason Ross, another football player I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Obviously, Ian Whittick got acknowledged tonight as one of the seniors. Garrett, a sophomore captain.
Love the walkout music.
Yeah, I love that.
The choice is good.
They really know how to make it a production here.
Sure do. We'll see a quick knee drop there from Mr. Ross. Whittick, good strong head defense there, kind of shucking that right arm.
And now it looks like this is the battle of the brothers, right? Mason Ross against Garrett Whittick. It looks like if everything works out, Ian Whittick will face Cameron Ross.
Cameron Ross might be bumping up to 189 tonight. We'll
Could
see.
be, right, against Shane. Yeah,
I believe
right.
I think they introduced him at 189 tonight.
So we'll see about that. Yeah, you're right. Although they listed at the same weight, that would have been kind of interesting.
So good single leg there from Ross. Good job getting his head. Looks like he's got might be trying to run the cradle in deep. He's going to look for a clasping call there. Nice double leg takedown. Mason Ross's headgear might be getting in the way of his eyes there.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's headgear's come off with these two guys.
We'll get a chance to fix that if we come back to the center here.
Well, the Whittick headgear is off. And yeah, you're right. The Ross headgear looks like it might be blinding him.
I think he might wish it were off.
Absolutely. Almost out of the circle. In fact, now they both are. So Ross will get a chance to reset his headgear in that situation.
Hair not helping in that endeavor there.
Yeah, probably not.
Whittick will take the top spot in the referee's position here. Minute 02 to go. Only 2 points scored so far, despite the fireworks.
Yeah, both guys getting after it here, but it's 2-0. Garrett Whittick. This is a battle of a couple of sophomores. Mason Ross is a junior. Garrett Whittick a sophomore.
Whittick looking for a quick roll here. Ross not real sure what he's doing there. He's got control of that left arm of Garrett Whittick. Whatever that was, whoever was trying something, they'll abort it.
Both guys, both teams shouting here.
So Whittick content to try and work that left arm of Ross as he seeks some leverage there.
Rolling up on top.
There's a good half there from Whittick. We'll see if he's not able to sink that deep. Ross playing good defense there from the ground. His headgear again askew. Whittick just working that arm again.
5 seconds to go here, first period. 2-0 Garrett Whittick. Yeah, it's right. It's been very interesting, but only 1 point scored. And again,
real battle of wills here. Yeah, and right at the end there, it looks like Whittick got what he wanted. He was going to try and pull that arm for a quick armbar walk over there.
Maybe that's the move on Mason Ross, is just go ahead and put the headgear down over his eyes. Just that could be the move.
It might be here, but I think that his bigger concern is Whittick's working that arm, and that arm's getting tired. And you're noticing that arm's getting tired, and I think that comes from just the amount of effort that he's having to put in, trying to pull it back and re-win that arm. And Whittick content just to fight for that 1 point, make it a weak spot, create opportunities for himself, and step over and look for a pin there. But we'll see what he does here as he looks for a quick drive of the shoulder to break down that base. And he'll go back to work on that arm.
And there's the headgear again over the eyes of, I'm telling you, it's a strategy move right here. And that's got to be a little bit frustrating here if you're the Coon Rapids coaches and if you're Mason Ross. This thing is in your face every 2 seconds.
For sure.
I either ditch it or I got to go without. I got to figure out a way to keep that on her head.
And part of the problem is it's not really in his control. His face is getting dragged across the floor at this point.
That's true.
So you can tape it up there. It's not going to matter at this point. Your face is getting dragged across the floor.
So you can see he's almost trying to drag himself out of the circle here to try to just get a chance to reset the headgear.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to get a point taken for stalling here if this continues. And I just don't think he's in a position where he's feeling good about where he's at right now. I wouldn't either, right? And he's getting kind of pulled around, and if Whittick knows where he's at. Yeah, he does. He's going to try and throw this pin here and move Ross over into the circle. Ross just content to try and get out.
Ross just trying to get everybody out, get a reset here, and finally he will get it.
A little late on the whistle there, I think. I would have maybe called that a little sooner. They were sitting out for a while. I don't think there was much of a scoring play there. And you see coach tell him, keep your head up, keep your head up, keep your head up. And part of that is you can't go anywhere if your head's in the mat.
That's
right?
true. And that's what's causing the headgear, you say,
right.
to get over the eyes.
And it's
getting pushed down.
He's just not keeping his head up. He's not trying to go up and out. He's trying to go out. And he's ending up going down. And it's a difficult position to be in where, you're just not thinking about, how what you're doing and why you're doing it. Right? I think that maybe we got something going on here.
And I think coaches are checking something out here. I'm not sure. So they have the score at 3-0. I think they're both trying to, maybe both sides weren't sure about that. I think maybe the Anoka coaches were thinking that more points were going to be given or more points were had over there. Now they'll take
I don't know if they thought maybe they were back points or maybe there should have been a point for stalling.
So now we're getting set here. Referee's got him ready to go, and here we go.
Let's see if he can drive that. Here's that head into the ground again. Again over the nearly over the eyes. Goes
Not
the
quite there yet. But Ross has certainly eaten some mat here in the last couple of minutes.
There's the arm again, giving that up to Whittick. He's got to be careful not to give that up or he's going to end up pinned. Whittick still content to work that arm over and over and over again, just still trying the same thing. There's the eyes as the head again drags across the floor for Mason Ross.
I'm telling you, it's just it's a strategy. I've never seen anything quite like it.
No, it's not working.
Well, I mean, it's working for Garrett Whittick.
No, it absolutely is, but there's not a whole lot of action here, in this period.
Both guys out of the circle again.
And we're in a weird situation where normally if it's slow like this, you expect it to be because there's just not enough gas for either guy. They're just tired of the other match.
There's plenty of gas. It appears.
Just does not appear to be a feeling where he can get out of this. Mason looking a little tired down there.
Well, he has been, like I said, drug around this mat.
Yeah,
his face has definitely felt a lot of it.
Even that sit, you can see the exasperation on the coaches' faces that maybe just not, again, we talk about technique, right? And just so much of wrestling comes down to tempo and rhythm and knowing when to go on something. And if you're not listening to your coaches when they're telling you to go on something, you're not going to win. And we saw that at the end of the JV match with some of the heavyweights that were just trying to muscle their way through. And you see that here where Mason Ross is, just trying to muscle his way through and just trying to force his way out rather than use the technique and do it in a way that is rhythmic and with tempo. And now you have a situation where you've completely worn yourself out. I think the bigger problem for him here is he just doesn't have it. He's not able to grind his way out of it. You have to follow the technique. You have to listen to your coaches.
Trying to find something that works in this one, but it does feel like we've kind of had the same song a few times here in this one as Whittick gets on top. Seems like he mashes Ross into the ground and then turns him over a bit.
Appears we've broken the record for how fast Mason Ross's headgear can move over his eyes.
This is like number 5 or 6. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen it.
Yeah, not really sure what you even do about that at this point.
I've watched a lot of wrestling, but it feels like I've seen guys get mashed to the ground before and their headgear doesn't move like that.
That's fair. I mean, again, part of that's the hair.
You might have to get that pinned up on top or something. You got to get that higher up.
I think the issue I keep saying that the issue he's running into here is it's the same move, it's the same defense. He's not really doing anything. It's 3-0. It feels like it's been 3-0 for a century in this match.
Sure has, yeah. It's just been kind of the same thing over and over again.
He's not giving up his back, but he's not really fighting for anything either. There's not really a risk being taken here.
Now it's over his, now it's at least it's out of his eyes, but it's over his face.
Yeah. He's in a tough spot.
And he's getting hammered here in this one. And now that shoulders, because I mean, you're right, he's been getting that arm wrenched on by Garrett Whittick the entire night, and now finally some pain starting to show.
For sure. And
athletic trainer Heidi Beckendorf going to come out and take a look.
She's had a busy night tonight.
Yeah, certainly has.
You talk again about the athleticism that you see from Coon Rapids here and how good their athletes can be. They just don't have the technique that Anoka seems to have in this match. That every time you've seen someone who is a decent athlete, right? I know Mason. I know he's a decent athlete. He can run. He's got conditioning. He's been running since June. He was on the football team, right? These kids have conditioning. They are athletes. They're in the weight room. They just don't have the technique, right? They're just not there yet, and that's part of rebuilding a program like Coon Rapids is trying to do, right? Where you lost some bodies for a while there, right? That they've had a couple of down years. They're starting to get back with some guys who are pretty good. And you have a lineup of seniors here who you think can challenge. you just don't have the technique to make it work right now, and that's just going to come with time and experience for a lot of these kids.
Ross has that really pained look on his face. We have some rankings for you, Rhino. Let's take a look at some of these while we have the opportunity here in Class 3A. Mounds View on top. Mounds View's been really good. You can't argue with what they're doing. Shakopee, this is as of yesterday. Shakopee 2, Stillwater 3, St. Michael Albertville 4.
And obviously Anoka bumped from 10 to 12 on the rankings that I saw earlier today, but that was from, I think, from an earlier
from the Mounds View loss. I think we saw, right?
And look, you don't get bumped too far. You get bumped by the #1 team. You know, at Mounds View, a team that's fielding a number of seniors. You know, they're doing a really good job over there. Rare to see Apple Valley that low, I'll be honest with you. You know, obviously, I think that, you know, 3A wrestling has gotten more competitive over the last 5-6 years. You know, it used to be that you had the 4 or 5 teams at the top that were always at the top, and there was kind of the everybody else class. You know, now you've got, you know, all kinds of
when you got Apple
there.
Valley and Anoka sitting at 11 and 12,
right.
You know, that tells you that we're getting some depth here.
Absolutely, and you talk about how good teams like Shakopee and Stillwater and Mounds View have gotten over the last 5-10 years. It's just a testament to how deep Minnesota wrestling runs and how good that all these programs are around here.
All right, we're ready to go with a minute to go. They gave a nice break there for Ross. Ross's shoulder, but that first thing he does, he falls right back on it as Whittick slams him right back down and he tries to turn him over.
Well, and that's a strategy from Whittick too, right? He's working that shoulder. Ross just, again, running for the outside.
Yep.
Running for the ring. And
just trying to hang in there, and if he takes a 3-point loss here, I think he'll take that over a pin.
For sure, and I think maybe that's the calculus here, where you're not giving up 4 points, you're not giving up 5 points, you're not giving up 6 points, you're not giving up any points, right? You'd rather give up for stalling than give up a pin. So he's had a good defensive wrestling thing here, a match here. So, you know, hopefully that he feels like he's done his job at holding this part in the lineup to as minimal a loss as you can have as, you know, as a varsity wrestler.
So 16 seconds to go in this one. Garrett Whittick's got 4 points, and barring a quick pin here or something, that'll do.
A difficult situation here. Again, you talk about how Garrett Whittick is a sophomore captain, a guy who's been around Anoka wrestling for a long time. His brother's in the program. You know, this is a kid who understands this a little bit, right? He's been around for a while, so, you know, I don't know if he's going to be able to. He's not going to get a pin here. He's not going to get any extra points, but he'll take the win.
Very impressive stuff from Garrett Whittick. Did what he had to do. Basically controlled his opponent for three periods.
Just waits for the handshake.
And we'll get it. Mason Ross up slowly. Handshake and off we go. Nice win for Garrett Whittick.
We move into the back half of the lineup here.
Should be. Here's Chris Lattery. Austin West, a ranked wrestler for Anoka, the only one. And he'll go against Chris Lattery here at 152.
Lattery with some head checks there. This might be where West wanted to. I believe that was Mason Ross back there.
Yep, got some commotion in the Coon Rapids side. But I think the coaches are off handling that right now.
There's West looking for a takedown here.
Wow, West, oh man.
Good takedown, nice slam there. He's got the legs bent the wrong way. You don't want your body bending that way if you're a wrestler. You got West looking for some back points here. He'll look to sink that kind of cross face there.
West looking again.
Got that Bayesian sort of cross face that Springer was telling us about. That move that they're talking about. That anytime you see them go cross face, grab the arm, that's the Bayesian. That's what they call it.
Worked pretty well for the assistant coach. Now the former wrestler turned assistant coach.
Bayesian, of course, one of the guys honored at the alumni ceremony along with Coach Springer tonight.
45.
Seated next to Coach Springer down there.
This is where you kind of see the continuity of Anoka wrestling too, right? Is you get coaches in here who, you know, Coach Springer isn't a young man anymore, and you start to think about what comes after, and you look on that sideline and you see a lot of potential guys who could take the program. You know, guys who are
extremely and really loyal assistants, right? I mean, they love being here. And again, Springer looks like he's going to be here another.
For sure.
I mean, he could wrestle. He could be here another decade. I think
100%.
he's in better shape than most. He's older than me and way better shape than I am. You get a danger call there.
And you see that around here with Anoka Sports in particular is the amount of people that are in the programs, they graduate, they go to college, and they come back and they coach. And you know, it's part of just being a part of a community like this that isn't just a school. It's not just oh, what a move.
Oh, boy, what a move by Austin West. West has him.
He's got him in deep.
He's going to get the back points for sure. Can he get the pin? No.
Good kick there from Chris Lattery. That'll make it 7-1. And we are off and running here.
No question about it. A good start for Austin West. And West is just a big, strong kid.
Yeah, we talk about this back end of the Anoka lineup.
This is where things start to get kind of interesting for this team, doesn't it?
That it's not even really it's not even really a particularly experienced group, right? A lot of juniors here. You're going to see a lot of these kids again next year. So as good as the Ian Whittick is as a senior at 171, he's your only senior.
That's true.
So his brother puts on some weight. You could see his brother at the 171 spot next year and fill that in with one of these younger kids at the 145 spot. And you've got a really strong back end on a dual mat here for Anoka. That for the next few years, this is going to be a team to watch as far as where they can go and how good they can really be.
9-2 in this one. Austin West in a little headlock grab there by Lattery.
Yeah, and that's again just reaching back. A desperation headlock more than one that really had a chance. West just doing really whatever he wants in this match. Just another dominant performance, like we saw with Bridenstine, the 10th grader at the 133 spot. Just a really good dominant match from a ranked wrestler. Kind of sad we're not going to get to see Kenny Wells tonight.
No kidding.
All the ranked guys tonight have been the best of what we've seen.
He seemed like such a good kid too. We had a chance. I know you came up and talked to him a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah, Kenny's another kid that I coached. That he's a good kid. He's a strong kid, a really good athlete. Just he's been plagued by knee problems this year. That was through the football season. We were having knee problems with him too. So it's unfortunate. I hope that he can recover and finish the end of his senior season. You never like to see a kid injured at all, but especially losing his senior year would be really difficult.
Austin West continuing to just ride along Chris Lattery, 14-2. You're right, West has been fantastic, and this Anoka team, which really it's the whole greater than the sum of the parts sometimes, but then you look at a kid like Austin West and go, yeah, they still got dudes, and he's that dude.
100%.
Very impressive through 2 periods. It's 14-2 as we head to that final period.
We talk about Tech Watch. We are pretty firmly on Tech Watch here. I mean, it's 14-2. He needs another. Does he need to get to 17? So another 3 points to end this match early. We'll get a technical fall, but he'll let him go, and we'll get back to the center. Probably look for a quick pick here.
It's like a quick West moves. Every move is so precise.
He'll get his 2 there.
You like that little bluff move that he kind of does where he steps in, steps back, steps in?
Yeah, and that's just a function of his athleticism and quickness, right? I mean, he just does such a good job of working. And I think we've talked a lot about themes tonight and kind of how this looks in the style between these two teams and the experience and culture of Anoka and the athleticism of Coon Rapids. Anoka doesn't not have athletes too. I keep saying athleticism for Coon Rapids. Anoka's got a lot of athletes too. Like the athleticism is really the baseline of an athletics program, right? If you have athletes, you can compete. But it's tradition and it's legacy and it's technique that wins.
There's that sweet mat cam. I like that they're wrestling a little closer now with that. That's pretty cool.
That looks great.
Get a good look at what Austin West is doing late in this one, 16-2.
Fights for that arm. He'll try to sink that half there. Get a good cross face. He's going to try to break that base down again.
Looking for that hook, trying to grab that leg.
He's got the cradle going there, but he's just not going to get it. I'll just run him over.
Under a minute to go, 3rd period. Austin West controlling things.
I'll hand it to Coon Rapids here with the good defensive wrestling that they've had so far.
Yes, the escape happens, 16-3, and now trying to Out of the circle.
We're up 13. One more takedown should do it.
Yeah, the 15-point tech fall in play right now, and no doubt Austin West looking for that. West trying to turn him right over. Oh, nice little reversal there. And that'll keep him out of tech fall land here, at least for now.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there from West, just maybe a little overzealous.
It looked like he just kind of slipped.
And he'll get it right back. He's got time to maybe get some back points here if he wants.
15.
Let's see if he can get a turn here.
Trying to do that, and seeing if West can do it with 4 seconds.
He's not going to have time.
18-5 looks like it'll be the number, and that is a solid 4-point win.
Seems to be a lot of major decisions tonight, but good job for Coon Rapids avoiding the pins so far. This could be a lot worse than it has been.
Yeah, really impressive stuff there. Coon Rapids has their points on 2 pins from freshman David Garcia, and sophomore Jack Bridenstine. Everything else has been Anoka. Wyatt Rothram against Carter Skradsky.
Skradsky, you see the thickness of his legs, and again, just the athleticism that this Coon Rapids bunch has. Some good low strength for him here.
Rothram, a junior. Skradsky, the senior.
Skradsky going to want to take a shot here, I think. Looks like he's trying to grab that head control, the snap. He'll look for the shot off of that move specifically. You see him with the neck control on the back there. Just try to get a quick snap down shot, I think is what Skradsky's looking for. Maybe a little bit of an experience play there.
Both guys continuing to kind of jockey for position here, both standing up. Both guys trying to see, it looked like Skradsky trying to get low on Rothram a little bit, but didn't quite happen.
You see him trying to grab the back of that head and just kind of snap him down. I mean, that's what he's looking for. He's trying to get the snap and the shot, and he's just not able to get it yet. Rothram with some pretty good body control in that regard. It can be difficult to not only prevent that shot, but react fast enough to prevent the follow-up.
And they knock out of the circle. Neither guy have been able to get to the ground so far. 0-0, 54 seconds to go first period.
Yeah, pretty good stalemate to this point.
Both guys just continuing to try to stand up now, grabbing an arm here is Rothram. Skradsky slaps that away, and we stay standing. 40 to go.
Look for that snap again.
I just feel like both guys want to do the same thing, and they're just not allowing each other to do that.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of head fighting. But again, we talk about how much, the technique and conditioning works here. This is the kind of match Anoka wants. They want you to grind. They want you to fight. Right? You don't really see them going for a whole lot of those crazy shots.
Great down shot right there.
And again, you talk about just the snap down, right? You got out of position. You lost the leverage to defend against that.
Now Skradsky trying to take Rothram down one more time. They're out of the circle. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the 2 points will work for Carter Skradsky.
Yeah, good round from him. I think he's going to want to get a pin here if Coon Rapids wants a shot here. You got to get back into this thing a little bit. You probably could score here and might have a shot at the 189 mark.
So they're gonna
Whittick and DeShane there is maybe it's a tough lineup to try and score on.
No question. Rothram trying to grab that. You can see trying to really grab those arms of Skradsky. Skradsky gets the 1 point. You feel like both guys are, pretty even.
Yeah.
But Skradsky's been able to make the couple scoring points.
Rothram looking a little frustrated there. Maybe just not getting the look he wants right now. At that point, you just got to adapt your style a little bit. You've got to take what you can get a little bit, and he's just not able to do that.
Very quick move, and then another one right there. Nice job.
Good cross face to grab the wrist. Skradsky will keep control there as he moves him back into the ring. He'll keep that wrist as he tries to step over and turn those shoulders. You see he's got his elbow wrapped into Rothram's neck there. He'll take control of that wrist on the other side too. Let's see if maybe he just tries to roll him over and drive his head into that shoulder on that side. Good cross face again. he'll kind of come back on the other side of the crossface. Violent crossfaces here from Skradsky. He's got that shoulder tucked one more time. He thinks he can run him over, but a good base from Rothram prevents that.
Rothram tried to stand up and escape there, but quickly brought back down by Skradsky as they're just almost out of the circle, finally out enough.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in. Trying to stand up from that, I wouldn't. Again, we talk about how you think you can get all these points back in one move. The big issue for someone like Rothram here is you have to stay patient, right? You have to make sure that you're doing your work, pick the hands, stand up, get 1 point, right? Get 1 point, take a shot, get 2. Take a shot, get 2, right? That's your mindset has to be just I need to get the next point.
If you can get a couple points before the end of the period, that would be helpful.
Yeah, and there's a good escape from him, right? There's your 1 point. You've done your job. Now you can wrestle, right? You're only down 4 points. You got 1 period to go. Go get yourself a takedown here. See if you can score in the last 20 seconds. That's
almost
a good attempt there. Just keep your wits about you.
And now they stand you up here in the center again.
Yep.
It's 18.
The problem is you've got a guy who wants to snap you down. You got a guy who's been able to snap you down. Keep your position. Don't get desperate. Play your game.
Rothram trying to get a hold of an arm here of Skradsky. 9 seconds to go, second period. 5-1. Skradsky leads. Tornadoes lead overall in the match. That'll do it. 1 more period to go.
And a 4-point deficit is not bad considering how this match has gone.
Yeah, it's not insurmountable at all. Yeah, you're right. If Rothram can get a quick takedown here, something
he's
to start this third period.
He's going to look for an escape and a take here. If he can get a 4-point play, make this a 1-point match, and then it's just next takedown wins.
Trying to stand up quickly. Skradsky just tried to sit on top of him.
Yeah, he'll control that leg. Rothram does a good job of getting it out. He's got to get that left leg free of the hand. Good. You talk about tempo and rhythm, and we talked about that a little bit with the Mason Ross match. That technique requires tempo. It requires being in rhythm. It requires going when you think you have an opening, making a decision and running. And we've seen Rothram try that a couple of times here. You can't fault him for trying. It's not working to this point, but at least he's giving it some he's really trying to go.
Well, you feel like both guys have a plan, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a matter, and like I said, I go back to, I think it's the same plan.
Right.
And right now, Skradsky just seems to have a second option, maybe another. Okay, I think we're back on there. I lost you there for a minute.
You see both guys, they're both moving with, ooh, that was dangerous. That'll be
Oh boy, yeah, Rothram maybe looks like he might be in a little pain there.
Yeah, it looks like it maybe his right ankle there in a little bit of trouble. But he's not quitting. He's still in this. He's got a look on his face, maybe a little determination. He's frustrated.
He's gotten yanked down a few times where you could see where that'd be easy.
This up. Now
gets the escape.
Now he can go for a shot. He's going to need some back points to win this if he wins this shot, because you can't give up the escape with a minute left.
Rothram trying to turn around on Skradsky. This would be one you don't want to let get away here if you're Coon Rapids.
Right. Got a lot of...
Okay, another one for Rothram. Takedown to tie here with 57 seconds to go. Rothram getting a couple of quick escape points.
Skradsky looking a little bit tired here at the end here, despite the injury to Rothram. Both wrestlers grinding this out. Really good match from both of these guys. That's a good shot. We'll see if we can get a good shot there. Looked like he had the knee. Fooled me looking up here.
Skradsky and Rothram. This has been a fun one tonight. One of the fun matches we've seen in this matchup. Oh, good job there.
Desperate. He's going to suck that leg in. He's got a shot at get the head out. He's just got to get his head out of there.
Oh, and we're out. Did they give it to them? They're going to stand him up.
No 2 points there. Life still for Rothram here.
And both sides up, and they're into it here. This is a fun one with these two.
Go.
Rothram's trying to get a quick move with 20 seconds.
He's got to take a shot. You're not going to get that shot out of him right now. Skradsky's not going to give that leg up. He's got to take the shot around the same way that Skradsky did to him.
Going to try to shoot, can't do it. 8 seconds to go. Can he do it? Turns
there it is.
2 points, Wyatt Rothram.
Unbelievable.
A flair for the dramatic from Wyatt Rothram.
And it really feels at this minute that the energy's with Wyatt Rothram.
Boy, that was fun to get the crowd into it. Take another look at that move. Just a nice throw.
Got me clapping up here. That was incredible.
And we might have a little
bit of blood time there.
Yeah, might have a little blood time from Skradsky. Boy, I'll tell you what, Carter Skradsky looked like he had things right where he needed it, but a nice job by Wyatt Rothram in that third period. And now we're in this
sudden death overtime.
We're in this little sudden death overtime period.
First points win.
Nice crowd reaction here as everybody's clapping for these two. Skradsky and Rothram.
Rothram looking for the fake shot there. We're right back to that first period energy of looking for that snap down. We're both looking for it.
Little sprawl by Skradsky. Can he turn him over? It's going to be close. Both guys got it. Trying to get position.
What a fight. Skradsky almost lost it. Then Rothram almost lost it. These two guys are battling right now.
This is good.
Absolute brawl.
20 seconds. Definitely match of the night so far.
Rothram looking for a shot in the left leg.
Trying to take him down late like he did in the third period.
He's got to get the head free. We got to get a head free.
And both guys are out of the circle in 1 second.
And if we move to another period, I believe it's 2 minutes of full wrestling, and it is not sudden death.
We could be here all night, I guess.
And we will be, until there's a winner.
Until there's a winner. Excellent job by these two. Excellent job by these two at 160. Wyatt Rothram. Carter Skradsky, the senior captain. And we're going to start from the down. 30 seconds. They have 30 seconds on the clock. There's a look at Rothram. Trying to stand up.
He needs the point.
Skradsky trying to sit him down. Sends him back. And wrestles him back down to the ground. 18
Listen to these
seconds.
fan bases.
Both sides yelling.
Skradsky holding on for dear life here. Rothram needs the point.
No.
And we are back to sudden death. Oh, I'm sorry. This might also be scored.
Be a down period here. 30 seconds. Now they switch sides. Skradsky down. Rothram on the up. Rothram going to get an extra second of air here. Wyatt looks over to the referee. Skradsky does as well. We're ready.
Look at this, the exhaustion of these two, putting everything they have into this.
Crowd yelling, both benches yelling.
At this point, it's nothing but soul. Both of these guys, just a ton of heart.
Great stuff. 2 points. Is that going to be enough to hold on?
Rothram's got to get around.
Can Rothram turn him over?
Are they going to get the two?
Not yet. No!
And Coon Rapids will take that one. Skradsky wins.
And Carter Skradsky will get it in that scoring period.
Absolute gut fest in that match.
Now they'll shake hands. Carter Skradsky holds on, the senior captain, for the decision. What a great match with Wyatt Rothram. That was fantastic. Take another look.
That was absolutely unbelievable. Just gets the head around, does a great job of flattening his hips and just making sure that no matter the reversal attempt, there's just nothing there for Wyatt Rothram. And the energy in this place is unbelievable all of a sudden.
Yeah, we've got the energy up, no doubt about it. And Skradsky is gassed as he's being helped back to the team side. And I believe this is this Ross versus Ian Whittick?
It's not Cam Ross.
It's not Cameron Ross. I missed the name.
Trying to see who it is. Yeah, it was a little loud in here, hard to hear.
Yeah, it was very hard to hear. His names have been moved and switched around. It could be Charlie Medina. Trying to see, but a quick pin potentially here.
Not gonna wrestle here anymore.
And there it is. Not going to matter. Ian Whittick a pin. That's impressive stuff. A lot of fun the last few matches.
This is Cameron Ross wrestling 189.
Luke Deshane will face Cameron Ross.
And Coon Rapids needs this. You lose this, it is over mathematically. Any points here for Anoka, and it is over.
You got Luke Deshane.
We saw him dominate last week against Champlain Park.
And he is quick as a hiccup too, and he takes down Cameron Ross to start.
Good crossface there from Deshane. You're gonna be looking for that again. Again, it never hurts to hit your opponent in the face. That's a good job tucking that shoulder.
It was a lightning fast pin for Ian Whittick, and that's 31-15. In what has been just a really fun last few minutes of wrestling. This was great stuff.
As we're sinking deep into the cradle here again. As Deshane just continues to work. I mean, that's been the theme for Anoka tonight, is just work. They're just working.
They got a pin chance here. It's back points coming for sure, a near fall.
You don't see the kick, that vigorous kicking out of Ross here that you normally see out of guys in this position here.
Yeah, Ross was in some trouble that time.
Good job getting that out.
Quick 3 points here from Luke Deshane. He's got 5 in this opening period.
Shane looking for that arm. I think they're going to be looking for a stalling point here from Cam Ross. And just let him up.
They will.
Deshane will go for a quick takedown here again.
Looks like a restart. They bring Ross to the down position, and now
he'll let him up. He was trying to let him up anyway.
Yep. Let him up, give him a point, and here we go.
See if maybe we take another quick take. Yep, that's exactly what we'll see.
Deshane clearly felt like he could go ahead and get that.
Yeah, I mean, this again, we're just you talk about just the way it feels in control here. That a couple of matches tonight that Anoka's just felt like they're in control, and just seems to be the case here. And we'll set up again.
Yeah, we've that the Rotherham-Skransky match will be, it's about as good as anything we've seen, no doubt, in all of our wrestling coverage the last few weeks. That was about as fun as it gets.
Absolutely.
And that is wrestling in a nutshell of what you can get for intensity, and that was super fun.
100%. As you see, another takedown there.
Deshane just keeping 1 foot in the circle, but
he won't get the 2 points there, unfortunately. And we'll see if maybe he goes for another quick takedown here to get a 7-point lead heading into the break.
7-2 here as we get to the end of the first period. Deshane very impressive.
He won't get it there. Not enough time. Just appearing that.
Very good start for Luke Deshane.
Cam Ross appearing just a little bit overmatched here, maybe.
Deshane will go down here, looking for the quick escape.
Or reversal.
Or reversal, absolutely.
I think he's trying to get as many points as possible, though, so we'll see.
Stands up pretty quickly on Ross.
You see him reaching back, trying to prevent the hips. It's a stalling from Coon Rapids again.
Good little sprawl there by Deshane.
Yeah, he'll drive that back. You see the way that Ross giving up that knee. Here's the underhook and the toe tap. A knee tap, I should say. He's going to try to get behind him. He's trying to throw that underhook, trying to get that little hip toss there. This little kick to try and sweep the leg there. But again, you just talk about who's more straight up and down, right? And you sure get the feeling that Cam Ross is the one that's not in control of this match.
Well, you feel like he didn't have the leverage to get low. You felt like Deshane at any moment was just sort of looking for that moment to get underneath and turn him.
Yeah, good defensive wrestling there from Cam Ross there. He just needs to needs to go a little bit here, right? You're down 8-2 in the middle of the second, and you're just not.
Yeah, you haven't seen him really make an offensive move yet on Luke Duchesne.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but that's what you have to deal with in wrestling sometimes. Is you're just not going to be in matches where you have a lot of opportunities to take those shots.
That's part of it too, right? Is Duchesne is a pretty good defensive wrestler,
yep.
And he's not going to concede a lot to you.
Right. And I mean, it is 38 seconds left in the second here, and it's 10-2. It's an 8-point game. I think if he scores another 2, maybe 3 points here, that we're on tech watch for the third period. You hear his teammates saying, "Let's go." You got 25 seconds. Imagine if this continues in this pace, we might see another stalling point against Coon Rapids.
Duchesne just content to kind of sit on top here, wait for Cameron Ross to do something.
Yeah, he's banking on a little bit of impatience there.
Oh, a nice little grab of the ankle by Cameron Ross.
He didn't catch it either.
And they're going to be close to out of the circle, and that's the end of that second period.
1 point escape for Coon Rapids there. Good job by Cam to get out.
So now it's 10 to, I believe 10-3 if they update that. Maybe 10, it's still, we still have 10-2 up on the board, but we'll go with that. Luke Duchesne, Cameron Ross.
Edge to Duchesne right now, 10-3.
Yeah, we head to period number 3. And I think they're checking something here.
Oh, they're just adjusting the position on the referee position there, making sure everybody's in the same spot. And make sure that that's as equal a position as you can make it.
Absolutely. Duchesne.
He's got control of that left arm of Ross there. He's trying to
let him up.
No, he's trying to drive him into the mat and see if he can grind that shoulder around. He knows too that if he wins this, it's the duel. This could put it away for Anoka, and he's just content to do that for his team.
Trying to take the golden shoes home. This is a big deal. Obviously, Anoka's been talking this up all week. It's been all over the monitors in the schools if you walk around. This has been a big deal, this event tonight, and obviously the crowd showing up is a good example of that, right? It's a nice crowd here.
Yeah, absolutely. A really great crowd, especially on the Anoka side. You see how many fans, alumni, students are here. Really great support.
Stalling call here.
Stalling Anoka this time.
Oh, really? So Duchesne gets that.
Not really sure how you can be stalling up 10-1 or 10-3, but here we are.
Here we are. Minute to go.
And they'll just let Cam Ross up.
10-4. Duchesne does not feel worried about much right now. Referee's conferring about something.
I think they're just they have a score question, I believe. Scoreboard operator with some questions for the referee here.
Feels like a friendly, jovial, kind discussion.
Yeah.
Lots of good things said, perhaps.
Sure.
Like, yes, I thought the coffee cake was lovely. Thank you for serving it earlier today.
And you see Duchesne just, again, working for another takedown. He gets, I think, one more takedown. He got 8 points. That's your major decision.
And Duchesne's got that.
Got a shot at back points here. Yeah, he's got it in deep. Just let it go.
Spun it around, yeah.
Keep looking for that.
Just the heavyweights after this.
Oh, we got 215, right?
I believe we do if there's a guy there. Yes, we'll see. Yep. So 215, 285 left to go. This is 189.
If Duchesne can hold this, we'll see if Coon Rapids maybe just leaves the 215 spot open. Content just to let that go if they'll throw a wrestler from the JV out there with Hollister not wrestling tonight.
And they are going to wind this down. This is really nice from Luke Duchesne. Just a good, solid performance from Luke Duchesne tonight.
Absolutely.
And he will get the 4-point decision.
And it does look like that I think we're going to end up with an open spot at 215 and 285. He'll come out and wrestle here.
So Luke Duchesne continues a very impressive season.
Little bang drum here.
There we go. Love that. And they get the 6 points for that, and that'll take us to our final match of the evening. Oh. I think they're going to leave it open. They're going to keep Michael Chamberlain to sit. And instead we get a match conclusion. 41-21 as Hayden Skillings gets that win. And the winner of the Golden Shoes for another year, the Anoka Tornadoes, as they take down the Coon Rapids Cardinals tonight. Fun one. Fun one here tonight, Ryan. I really enjoyed all the wrestling. Final thoughts from you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great night of wrestling. We saw a lot of skill from both sides here. I think that, Anoka, just a deeper program with some more technique and some more depth there that, it's just how it goes, right? And this is a tough rivalry, and at this point, you look at the side of that trophy and you start to wonder if you've got much of a rivalry right now.
It's going to definitely take some work, and this young Tornadoes team getting better by the day, it does appear. And this young Cardinals team, they got some pieces you really like going forward. I really like a lot of their young kids that they've got. Can't wait to see how this thing looks as they go forward. This was a fun one again, as we really appreciate all the folks at Anoka for helping us out. We kind of made this audible call Ryan did about a week ago, and I'm really grateful for all the folks at Anoka for letting this one happen. I want to thank all of our QCTV crew this evening for doing really a great job getting here, doing great work. Ryan, all of our camera guys, all of our crew, everybody back at home and back at the studios. Want to thank you for watching tonight. On behalf of Ryan Nelson Kane, this is Tim Anderson saying keep your head up. We'll see you next time on QCTV.